press box here tonight, but I do want to talk about the fact that they've got that new. So last year they put on a new, not just carryout, a new patio, and then just this week they actually expanded the patio for outside seating. So definitely check them out. They're always supportive of Fairless, being Fairless guys, and like you said, I think the greatest Krause's pizza, in my opinion. There's a good one by me, but I think this one's even better. But this matchup tonight, it's two real good teams, backyard foes, definitely very familiar with each other. We haven't had a chance to get our eyes on Triway yet. Both teams are, like we said, 3-0, but both teams have faced 1 and 2 teams as their opponents for the first 3 weeks. So we're going to find out who's real tonight for sure.
Yeah, and I think the one thing or the few things that you need to know about this Triway team, I mean, they're going to move around almost every play defensively. They're going to run a 3-4. They got a really nice player in Roman Gilbert. He's a junior. He's 6'3", 250 pounds. He's going to play on both sides of the ball. They're really good defensively. Offensively, they're going to spread it out. They're going to go empty about 25% of the time. The rest, they're going to put it 3-by-1, 2-by-2. They're going to try and move it around the yard a little bit. Quarterback and running back are going to be the key to this thing, man. And when they run that buck sweep, can you keep Fairless's defense honest to play the run while not having too many guys creep up into the box, opening up that big play deep? I think that's the one thing that Coach Sarbaugh and his coaching staff have not really had to deal with yet in the first 3 weeks, is somebody trying to take that big home run shot on him. We saw some things last week from Claymont. Claymont was in it all the way until at least call it the midway third, towards the end of third quarter. So this head coach for Triway does a really good job. He coached under Mike Elder up there at Avon for a little while, so we've had a chance to see Avon. We know what type of program they run. We know what type of dude Mike Elder is. And, he's a Triway grad. He's an ONU grad, was inside of some Division III college football and playing in the OAC. So this should be a fun one, man. This is going to be a battle. Like you said, call it a backyard battle, right down the road from each other. And, on a beautiful night and a week that we remember some a tragedy in our nation's history and honoring not only our fallen heroes and soldiers, but the civilians that were lost on 9/11. I'll tell you what, great job by the Fairless band bringing us into that.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, TJ, but my wife and I were on a plane that morning at the exact time that happened.
No way.
Yep, scary, especially being in an airport or on a plane during that. But our hearts go out to all those folks, and definitely great to remember that and hopefully avoid it in the future. As we are actually, you're watching senior night here for the band members. So we got about 11 minutes here to kick off till we get rolling. I'm going to go hit with a few sponsors here before we roll. Hilshire Clark Electric Company. I'm rocking my Hilshire Clark t-shirt here. They've been a great sponsor of ours. They're our main sponsor, and they've been with us all 3 years. So this is brought to you by Hilshire Clark Electric Company. Check us out on all our SMG Networks content, on our YouTube channel and tkdssports.tv. TJ posts weekly Wednesdays at the Wink, which involves Walsh University. So you had a chance to interview some folks this week and get that content up there. It's also on Walsh's website as well. You can find us on Twitter. I still call it Twitter, at Stark Media Team. On Facebook, it's at SMG Network 1. And that's the same on Instagram. So give us a like and a follow, a share. We appreciate it for sure. Do want to thank Walsh University, as I mentioned, Drive Mine Group, Lindsay's Pizza, Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon Club. Got a chance to hear the old football coach, Jim Tressel. Got him to autograph my winner's manual book that I've had for years. So that was pretty cool for me to. I've met him a few other times, but neat to get an autograph from him, from sure, which I typically don't do. TJ, I'm not much of a
fanboy.
Not much of a fanboy that way, but for Coach Tress, speaking of Tress, I think tonight's going to be huge on special teams, as it always is. I was watching the extra points here for Triway prior, and looks like there might be a little bit of inconsistency there in the kick game and punt game. So we'll keep an eye on that, and how that affects field of position is huge, as you know, TJ, playing for the man that said the the greatest play in football is the punt.
Oh man, yeah, I'll tell you what, it does. And when it plays in your advantage, we saw that last week. Really, when Fairless was able to tip the scale a little bit against Claymont, that really is when it happened. When they were starting to play that field position battle, and it was starting to go in favor of AJ's team, AJ Starball's Fairless team, and they were able to start getting the ball at the 50 and at the 45, and you're not having to move the length of the field.
Right.
And, you know, when you can start to play that field position battle, man, things are going to change for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Fairless's defense last week, we were a little bit indifferent about it. You thought they struggled. I thought that they did good between the 20s. Once they got around that 20 mark, they really locked things down. And boy, I'm looking at the team for both sides. Another week where there's a lot of sophomores, even some freshmen going to get some playing time here on both sides of the ball. Young talent on both sides. Fairless is very young and actually very talented. I mean, these DBs on the outside, as you mentioned, is going to be a key to the game to them to stop that run and stop over the top as well. These DBs do a good job of being, I hate to say ball hawk when they're Falcons, but you know, they do put some hats on people.
Ha, 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 ha. I got that.
The Dirty Birds are filling in over here. You've heard me say that a few times, TJ. That's the nickname for the student section, is the Dirty Birds here at Brad Weiser Stadium in Barry Ashton Field. Barry Ashton was a teacher in the district. He actually passed away years ago. He got stung by a bee mowing the lawn.
Oh, no.
And so this is named after him. His son was a great friend of mine. His son was on that 56-2 golf team that I was a member of. And so we definitely miss Mr. Ashkin as well. Give a shout out to him. Lots of familiar friends and family here. I'm going to finish up with some more of these. Let's see. We got Milano Family Chiropractic and Wellness. Your former teammate, one heck of a chiropractor.
Quarterback.
That guy puts me together about every other month whenever I got aches and pains. But give him a call at 330-705-0209. Also, C.H. Vallis and Associates. Give Chris and his team a call over there. They're amazing. H&H Truck Parts, LPL Financial, Nathan's Patio. TJ and I plan on doing some podcasts over there in the building at Nathan's Patio, so you'll be able to look out for that here on this very YouTube page. Also, Cackley Insurance, Leathernecks Nation MC, and Save22.vet. Got to thank our soldiers here on the back of 9/11, as you mentioned.
Got my Save 22 hat on. Always repping our boys down there in Carrollton, man. Shout out to Hacker, Jason Rutledge, Tim Arnold, all those guys from Leathernecks Nation MC. Always getting it done for us. Got it done for not only us, but got it done for our country and keeping us safe, keeping us free, and allowing us to enjoy a beautiful night like we are here tonight, man. I'll tell you what, I'm excited. The closer we get to kickoff, when you start to think about some of the nerves these kids might be going through, just these young kids who might be getting their first taste of varsity action, knowing that, you know, okay, we're kind of stepping it up here a little bit, you know, and not to say welcome to the big league, but welcome to league play. And it just changes. It's a different feel. Anybody who's ever had a chance to play any sport, any varsity sport, girl, boy, man, woman, whatever it may be, it's always different when you play somebody within your league or within your conference. I don't care what anybody says. You know, when you're playing non-conference games, when you're playing out-of-conference games, yeah, it's cool. You know, you're playing somebody that you're not really familiar with, but when you're playing somebody that you are familiar with, somebody that you probably don't like, somebody that you've seen maybe since you've been growing up, you know, you don't see that with non-conference stuff. So these guys, you know, they've had a bad taste in their mouth on each other since, you know, going back to the second, third, fourth grade when you're playing, you know, farm league baseball.
Well,
so it's different.
I think that's even more apparent now with the social media. These kids are able to put things out there and you know, connect with people from other teams. You know, we didn't have that when we grew up. It was, you see them at a game, and that's about it. But inside 5 minutes here left. Like I said, it is senior night here for these seniors. Shout out to my buddy Gary Miller and his son out there on the field.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They had they had him out there, you know, doing some things with the seniors. They had a dunk tank out there, and you could tell as the crowd was rolling in, man, that there was a little bit more of a buzz, you know, when you start talking about honoring your seniors. You know, it's your last go around, last time you're going to do it, last time you're going to get a chance to be honored alongside your mom and your dad. whoever it may be, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin, whoever it might be. That's a feeling. It's a memory that you'll never forget. So I'm happy for not only the ones that are getting honored down there on the field, but I'm happy and excited for the fans that are here to get to see it. I'm happy for you and I to be able to sit here and call a great game, and excited for these kids that are getting ready to take the field, man, because this is going to be a beautiful night of high school football. We've seen some inclement stuff over the last few weeks. We've got a little bit of rain. We've got some stuff that was like, felt like it was about 115 degrees up there in Avon, and they lost a couple LBs on that trip. But I'll tell you what, this
that's an understatement.
Is not too hot. It's not too chilly. You really cannot ask for better football weather than this right here.
No, no way. You know, you think, TJ, you mentioned league play. Really, you know, on paper, it looks like the Pac-7 is probably going to be up to about 4 teams.
Yeah.
And so that's why this game is so huge, that these 2 teams are going to be competing for first place, no doubt, down the stretch. I mean, along with, you know, Manchester is good this year. Northwest is good this year. They can run it, throw it. They can do just about everything there. So this is huge. To get a 1-0 start in league play is huge down the stretch. We saw, like, last year, year before, how crazy things happened down the stretch.
Oh, man.
Not only in this league, but also like in the Federal League, where everybody starts beating everybody, and there's upsets like crazy week 8, week 9, stuff like that will change it. So this game, even though it's the first of league, it is huge.
It's critical for the foundation, but like what you just mentioned there with, you know, your week 8, your week 9, certain things that happen. I mean, look at what happened last year with, you know, Glen Oak and McKinley are going to be squaring off tonight. You know, Glen Oak's able to get a victory over there in Tom Benson Stadium, and that kind of shook things up, you know, and it allowed Jackson, if they could have handled their business, to multiple people get a piece of the Federal League. So, you know, when you talk about putting hardware in the trophy case, you have to have the foundation of wins to get you the opportunity at week 8 and week 9. But I'll tell you what, it's never too early to get a league win, and at the end of the day, in week 8, week 9, when you're successful here in week 4, it's going to allow you to maybe take home that trophy, and that's something, again, we talk about things you'll never forget. Right there, man, when you put that trophy in the case and you come back there and you're Jeff Tyler about 30 years later removed from rocking double aces, be like, yeah, that was my squad. Something to be proud of.
Yeah, there's a couple trophies up in that case.
Okay, not just one, huh? Just a few. Quite a few.
There's a few. There's a few. There's a few for sure. The Fairless alma mater rolling now as Triway comes on the field, and they're in all whites with purple letters. So, as an announcer, you'll love to see something like that you can call out numbers easily throughout the contest.
We've had some nightmares before.
Whew.
Absolute nightmares.
I tell you what, Glen Oak has a black uniform with camouflage numbers.
Horrible.
And you can't read it. I mean, I was on the sideline for the JV game last week, and I could barely see the numbers when I'm sidelined. So, got to do a shout out to my guy, Sweet Feet Pete. Never do this, but my guy is dressing tonight for varsity, and he got
Frosh varsity.
He earned his wings. He got. He's one of 5 freshmen that got the wings on a helmet sticker on them. So,
okay.
You know, you might see
proud daddy.
You might see the young double aces on the field there.
Man.
Grabbed his dad's number 11.
Not a whole lot of freshmen, especially around Northeast Ohio and Stark County, get to take the field. You know, it's a testament to the quality of football that we have in our area. And for a freshman to get out there and even get a little burn just if it's on the special teams or whatever, maybe you're the 4th, 5th wide receiver in the package.
Yeah.
Yep, that's special.
And here comes A.J. Sarball, Coach Sarball in his, I think, 6th season, all-time winningest Fairless coach. Didn't totally tally it up, but I think it's in the range of 37 total wins. And the Falcons now busting through the inflatable helmet there, flying on their field in all blue with that Fairless flag in front, all blue jerseys, all blue pants with the silver stripes, silver letters, white helmets with the new Fairless logo on the side of the helmet with the F, with the wings, if you will.
Coach A.J. Sarball's done such a good job here, man. It's fun for me to be able to just see the success that he's had, because I've known him for so long, known him and his dad, and we're seeing all that they put into the game of football, all they put into their student athletes, and you know, they They love their players. They work hard for them, you know, and you see him getting a kiss from his wife down there. And tried calling him the other night. It might have been a little too late. It was like 8:45, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't answer. I was putting the kids to bed." And just a solid, quality human being right there. I'll tell you what, I don't know many like A.J. Sarball, man. He's one of the greatest guys I know. And again, there's another piece of or a reason why he's had the success that he's had here. And you mentioned it, Jeff. I mean, the most successful run of any head coach ever.
Yeah, he is 38-28 to be exact. But yeah, he comes from that Donnie Hertler school of football that I know you know very well, and we saw something last week. Maybe Coach Sarball saw it on film or what, but he went with those splits with the linemen. Something I haven't seen them run yet. And I even heard, you know, I heard today on the radio them calling out A.J. Sarball is possibly the best play caller in the county. So, and there's the kick. It's a short one. Falcons are going to take over here at the 36-yard line. As Mikey Ritterback and his line roll on the field here. Been real impressed with Mikey Ritterback under center. Sophomore, getting his first start. Really good athlete, good baseball player. His dad was a great athlete, so, you know, comes from good stock. And just really cool to see how many young guys are out here and performing at a high level. They're not just on the field. They're actually performing here. So we got first play here of the game, 0's on the clock. Getting to the Stark County leading rusher there, got tripped. Didn't get much at all there, actually a loss. Peter Killey's got, I think, about 470 yards rushing this season, 4 touchdowns, leads Stark County in yards.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Brody Schneider, number 20, the senior, 5'11", 150-pounder. He's able to sniff that out. And I'll tell you what, if you are circling one guy and you're Coach Cody Kelly from Triway and you're looking at Fairless offensively, you got to find a way to slow number 4. He's kind of the go-to guy. He's the key that makes the engine drive.
A good ball there. Caught at the line. Cam Carl, going to hear that name all night long.
There's the other guy, partner.
Yeah.
We saw
he's pretty good, huh?
Some interesting things from him, not only starting in week 1 when we were down there at Sandy Valley, and then last week with our Canton Air Sports Air It Out play the game, man. I'll tell you what, the halfback pass coming from Peter Killian. Number 1 is a dynamic player, man. He does a great job defensively, but offensively, rocking in that slot position right there. Number 1's dangerous when he has the ball in his hands.
And number 1 is in motion, Cam Carl. He's dropping back, clean pocket, stepped up, and took the sack there. He hung on to the ball. Pocket collapsed there. Going to bring up 4th down.
Well, I talked a little bit about that size up front, man. I was talking about number 65, Roman Gilbert, 6'3", 250. Check out number 70, Ron Bricker, a senior, 6'5", 215. You see him lining up there, going over the left side of the Fairless line. And, man, some decent size here. We saw some good size for Claymont last week. And so it's nothing that should really surprise Owen Cornish and those guys up front for Fairless. But you just feel like this is a little bit more of a step up here. We do know that, and Triway is going to bring some heat all night, and they brought it there.
And Peter Snavely here in the punt. He is a very good punter. Got that one away. Caught. Made a couple moves, got brought down right away. That was Brody Snyder on the catch there. In about the same field position that Fairless started with. Fairless went 3 and out. 9:49 to go here. We're going to give you updates on time all night long. It's the only thing we don't have up there on the score, but we've got the score up there updated. You can see the ticker tape at the bottom with all our sponsors. Definitely get on there and check them out. And I know we talk about him every time we're here, TJ, but there is a Dom Emer sighting out there.
Uh-oh. Still rocking that hairdo?
Oh, yeah. A little bit shorter, but still.
Can't miss that hairdo.
Still rocking it. A good first down run there, off tackle. TJ mentioned we'll see how these DBs can step up, stop the run. Here's your second down play here, man in motion. It's Brody Snyder. And a run off tackle, and the Falcons swarmed at that time.
Great job by Colin Sullivan, man. Playing that 2 gap right in the middle of the A gap and the B gap over top of the center and guard, holding his ground. The big fella, 6 foot, 245 pounds, a senior on senior night. That's a great play there on 2nd down to be able to set up a 3rd and long here for Triway.
Going 4 wide this time. Pocket collapsed. He's rolling out. Lefty floats it over. One-handed, incredible catch by Alex Shearer. Wow, 6 foot, 160 pounds senior.
So Colin Sullivan was providing another piece of pressure there on the quarterback, number 15, Luke Starr. Man, old Bart Starr rolled out the quarterback there. He rolled out the pocket, man, that one-handed catch. That's a big, big play right there to get into plus territory for Triway.
Man in motion, trips left now. Pulls it back through, wide left, incomplete. Was intended for Brody Snyder again. Gonna bring up 2nd and 10. There is a flag on the play here. And I wonder, and that is on Triway. Must have been holding. So it's gonna be 1st and 15 then. Gorgeous night out. Got the new stadium, or the new building over there, new scoreboard. The skyline's a little bit different what it was before, man.
Yes, it is. But now the facilities here are great. And Zach Michael, new AD, doing a great job alongside AJ Sarbaugh.
A great time for a screen as Falcons were sending everybody, and they got about 7 on that one. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Cool little deal that the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, has been doing with some of these gold jackets coming in and doing like a residency type deal here within Stark County. They were able to have John Randall come out here today and speak to all the football players. I was talking to Zach Michael, new athletic director, about it earlier. He said, he gets up there, he was telling the kids about his upbringing and coming from a trailer, and said, all I wanted was an F-250 jacked up on tires, and they all their eyes lit up pretty big. But how cool is that for
very cool
for these kids to be able to hear from a Pro Football Hall of Famer a gold jacket like John Randall the day or the day of an undefeated battle of Triway? If that doesn't give you a little juice, I don't know what does.
Yeah, can't get fired up after that.
Wow.
We can't help you.
I mean, the only other thing he could have done to be able to paint his face up like he used to
yeah.
For the Vikings.
He was an animal.
Start screaming and yelling at him a little bit.
3rd and short now. Let's see what Triway can do with this. The Cowbells are getting rattled now. 7 minutes and ticking. 3rd and 1. And going to be a false start on Triway. Not what Triway wants whenever they're getting into Fairless territory. 3rd and 1 situation. And now they're going to be back 5 more.
Big right there. Talk about some of the guys starting on this Fairless defense. See a guy out there, Dylan Stevens, the sophomore, 5'10", 220-pounder. He's lining up right next to Colin Sullivan. And see Peter Killey, he's going to provide a little bit of rush, working over top of the guy I talked to you about, Ron Bricker, the 6'5", 215-pounder. So that extra 5 yards right there is going to be huge compared to that 3rd and 1.
Dropping back, got pressure. Looks like Peter Killey's being held. No call. And it may be, I believe it is a 1st down for Triway. Great 3rd down conversion there.
Yeah, you saw that there, partner. Peter Killey had a bead on Luke Starr. And it looked like there could have been some holding, but not enough for them to throw the flag. And I'll tell you what, just coming right underneath in the flat, wide open for that 1st down play sets up a fresh set here for the offense.
They're going 5 wide now. Peter Killey couldn't hold his water there. He said, I almost got him last time. I'm getting him this time. And a good hard count there by the quarterback. Great job there by Luke Starr, 6'2", 170-pound junior.
Well, and here's the thing, man. You mentioned that's really good by Starr. You know, he understands that Peter Killey is not going to try and bull rush Ron Bricker. Okay, he's not going to try and do an up and under. He's working a speed rush, so he's wanting to get the get off there. Great job picking up an easy 5.
And he's got tons of pressure again, throws it. And a dangerous play there by the Fairless lineman.
And it was good there that John Hill, the defensive back, he let go kind of at the perfect time. Only a sophomore. You know, we talked about some of those young guys getting their first reps and first burn here on varsity throughout first part of this year, first league play action for John. And looks like he let go right at the perfect time. Might have had a little tug on the back part of there, and that's probably what helped him make that pass incomplete.
John Hill was all over the field last week, so just another one of those names we'll be calling, I'm sure, most of the night. Hunter Dean, he does a great job stepping up as well, making tackles. And a completed pass, got room to run, jukes it outside, stiff arm, and rode the stiff arm for about 6 yards, clear down to the 4-yard line. Great play call there.
Yeah, working against Cam Carl.
Tackle made by Carl.
And I'll tell you what, when you get that full head of steam coming around the corner, you can tell Carl ate that full stiff arm right to the face mask, man. You just got to kind of ride it out and just hang on the best you can, try and get that guy down to the ground, and hopefully he doesn't drag you an extra 5 yards, which I think that one costs about 3 to 4.
Yep. Inside handoff, got a couple there before he got brought down. TJ, that's one of those rules I always thought needed to be changed. I think on a stiff arm, you can't go to the face mask on defense, right?
Yeah.
I don't think as an offensive player you should be able to go to the face mask and push their head backwards like that.
Exactly.
I think that needs to be changed.
You know, with all the other things that they've changed, yeah, there's one for you.
Yeah.
Nice tackle by Dylan Stevens.
Rolling out right, the lefty sets his feet and threw it well over. I might have just been a throwaway there at that point. 5:28 to go here, first quarter. Got your 3rd down and 5 coming up. 3rd down and goal, rather. Can't get a first down. Another, as you would expect, a full house here.
Well, think about it, Jeff. You know, some of the stops that Fairless had to make last week against Claymont. Claymont was able to drive a few times, especially on the first series of the game.
All kinds of time in the pocket, but he's going to get flushed out. It looks like there's going to be a hold. And completed pass, touchdown. I don't think it's going to stand, though. It's coming back. Lots of receivers getting open here for Triway on this opening drive for them.
You know, and as we wait to see the call, looks like you mentioned, it'll be coming back. You're going to get a holding call, but I think there's a lot to like about Luke Starr so far. Watching early part of this game, I mean, good command.
Yep.
You know, knows when to get out of the pocket, knows when to get rid of the ball. You know, at that time, he just found a receiver that sat down in the window back there, and that's those are big boy reads, man, when you get in that tight window there with not a whole lot of real estate to work with.
Yep. Got the man in motion here. See a lot of teams do that. Intercepted Cam Carl. Got room to run. He's coming back. He might house it. 30, 40. Across midfield. Getting chased by Starr. Cam Carl, a 99.5 yard touchdown. Cam Carl in the house. Flag on the play. I believe it's a sideline warning, though, on Fairless. Unbelievable. Stepped in that lane there, saw it coming. Cam Carl with his, 4.7, 4.6 speed, maybe? Wow. What a turn of events there. TJ, I swear to God, all season you say something and call it up. You were just talking about the Fairless' defense last week, being in the same situation, getting some stops. One was an interception last week into the red zone. And now Cam Carl just housed one from 99. His foot might have been on the line. That might have been 100.
What a return by Cam Carl. Man.
Get my guy a drink of water.
Well, I'll tell you what, we may have to go back to instant replay there. That may be 100 yards.
I think his right foot was actually on the blue of the end zone. And nearly blocked. Had 2 guys there almost get it, but the kick's up, and the kick is good for Jameis Robinson, a sophomore.
Wow, big time play, you know. And when you're a junior and you're starting to become a guy who's, you want to be a leader on your team and you want to play both ways and you want, you want to be the go-to guy. We expect and see him getting those receptions on offense. But, for him, last week, I guarantee you one thing that stuck with him all week long was that interception that he dropped right down there, about over on the 5-yard line, same side of the field. And that was one that he probably thought about. And you tell you what, when he had a chance right there to step in front of that pass, and just as I was hyping up Luke Starr and how he was able to see some guys sitting in the window right there, that pressure that was created, he was forced out of the pocket, and he tried to deliver one in there. Kind of really wasn't forced out of the pocket, just took a little step right, thought he saw his guy, and I'll tell you what, that just goes to show you mentioned a 4.6, 4.7 type speed. We know that we got our great Fairless media guys.
Oh, yeah.
And they do an actual combine here for their players. I believe that's back in like the month of May, month of June. Get all those numbers, and they put those in there. And I'll tell you what, that's all of 4.6, 4.7 speed. I thought maybe right around, we'll call it the Triway 35, that he was maybe going to get caught. And I'll tell you what, he hit that extra just turbo boost, man. And boy, he was gone. He saved a little bit in the tank. I like that.
Starr had the angle on him and a 10-yard lead from where he threw that ball. Still wasn't able to catch him. And here's the kickoff. Great, unbelievable hit there by Troy McVicker. So let's see how fresh Fairless's defense looks, as they were just on the field for quite a long time. To be young again, to be able to run 100 yards and get right back out there.
No doubt.
4:55 here, first quarter. We're going to get the score updated for you here. 7-0 Fairless. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, TJ Downing on the Stark Media Group YouTube stream. I love places like this, TJ, that got the open air. We can just lift it up. We don't have to look around windows or walls. And a great stop there, off tackle run.
Big Sullivan.
Big Colin Sullivan, the leader on the defense here, senior. 245-pound senior. And TJ also has the bench press record here at Fairless of 335.
Pushing some weight. Talked about it, man. He's playing 2 gaps in there over top of that, kind of playing that 3 technique, moving down shade over the nose, and it's not an easy job to do.
4 wide this time. Fake jet sweep. He pulled it back. He's going to take off. Gets it outside. McVicker in pursuit and slowed him up just enough for C.J. Pomnio to make the tackle there. 5'10" freshman. Another Pomnio in the house.
Star, the ball carrier.
Yeah, another one of those guys that we've called his name a lot. He's going to get, looks like maybe he was going to get a little bit of a break. Thought he was coming out, Peter Snavely. They're going to keep him in. He's not going to rush over top of left tackle now. He's going to come over top of Bricker. So you've seen him kind of switch that up now. They were giving Snavely a little blow, and Killy got the break. And now Snavely, we've seen a lot of him through the first part of this year, man.
Yep. And there's a fake pass pullback, and the quarterback's going to take off here. First down. Going to stop the clock while we get it set here. 3:49 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about just some young sophomores, man, John Hill, Peter Snavely, a guy like Dylan Stevens. These are guys that, once you lose a great group, like we've seen the group that's gone. Brody's gone. Luke's gone. The Colucci's are gone. All of a sudden now it's like, who's going to step up, and then who comes after that,
Right.
There's been a really good balance here on A.J. Starball's team at the varsity level. And you don't get that a whole lot at some of the smaller divisions.
Yeah.
You're going to go in waves.
Yeah.
It might be 10 years before we get another group like this.
Absolutely.
Could be 15. Or it could be, if we have that right mix, every other year. And that goes to show you what happens down in your youth programs.
Absolutely.
Youth football's got to be there. And I can say, like, a school like Minerva has struggled with that, where the kids aren't playing down in the youth because they know at the varsity it hasn't been working in the right direction.
Dangerous pass there, but got it complete. First down on a lot more. He's got room to run. And a great tackle downfield by Zachary Long. But a great catch and run there by Ollie Krupp. He's a junior, 5'7", 150 pounds. TJ, you're really seeing a lot of these teams. They didn't do it there, but I've seen them do it a couple times, and I see Fairless do it with Cam Carl, where they put a guy in that jet sweep and just keep him taking off kind of that hill motion and just get him in motion and running.
Yep.
Trips right this time, single left, 1st and 10. Hand off up the middle, got room this time. 1st down and more. Another tackle by Pomnio down the field, down to the 21-yard line.
You're really, at the end of the day, you're trying to keep defensive ends honest. You're trying to keep outside linebackers honest. You're trying to get guys in and out of the box. If you're going to run the ball, you can use that motion to be able to pull guys out, to be able to just even up the odds. If you got 6-on-7 blocking, if you got 5-on-6 blocking, we'll take those odds. And a running back, you just got to beat one guy. But if there's 2 extra guys in the box, let's use the motion and use it to our advantage.
Troy McVicker absolutely came up and took that blocker for the quarterback off his feet. Incomplete pass there, 2nd down now.
Well, we can't say it here, but if you look down at the back of his dad's shirt, he's got a little saying there above the number 3 down there, the big fella. Bring the wood,
yes,
with a word in between there. That's what number 3 likes to do.
Fake handoff, pull back on that RPO. Lost it. Falcon ball.
See who comes up
another time in the red zone.
Look at that. Up off the bottom of the pile. Zach Long, senior night, the 6-foot, 195-pounder, finds himself to the football. And perfect timing again as Triway was driving. Fairless is going to get the ball back at their own 15-yard line. So timely again. Both of these drives by Triway, they were putting something together. And again, I give a lot of credit and effort of that, Jeff, to last week, what they saw against Claymont.
Yeah.
You know, and Claymont hasn't gotten a win on the season, but I'll tell you what, they drove the ball quite a few times and got into the red zone and forced Fairless to figure some things out. They did, and I think that's paid some dividends here tonight.
Carl in motion again. Hand off to Carl. He's getting it outside. Nothing doing on that one. Yeah, turnovers just absolute killer when you do it 2 times, both possessions inside the red zone. Perry Panthers last week lost by 6 to Harding.
And 15-9,
and had 5 turnovers.
Oh,
5 turnovers.
Can't do it. And you're leading going into the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
And the problem becomes is statistics are not on your side, because they did some research. The old ball coach did the research, said that if you lose the turnover margin about 87.5% of the time, you are going to lose the ball game.
1st down Falcons on a Ritterbeck pass brought in by Cam Carl. He's been close to that Hilshire Clark electric player a couple times.
Yep. I started 1 game out of the 30 at Ohio State where we lost the turnover margin and actually won the game. The other 29, we won the turnover margin every time. It just it just goes to show you, man, if you win the turnover margin, your chances of winning the football game have vastly improved.
Crazy stat. Another pass to Cam Carl, made a guy miss. Ooh. And there's a flag down here. Middle of the field. Looks like
we're gonna get a hold.
Looks like holding on Fairless. So that 1st down play is going to come back.
Well, I'll tell you what. That guy's got some vision calling that thing from about 30 yards away.
He was over in Brewster, I think.
Holy smokes. I think he just got done having a road pop over at Krause's. Man.
Must have been pretty egregious, huh?
I mean, we had our eyes on it. A lot of times you'll get that with when you know, somebody's make a little cutback move, and when you're dancing around, doing a little bit too much. I get it. Every yard is golden, so you're just trying to make something happen. But the more cuts you make, the more guys come flying in. They don't know where you're at, and it happens. It was those splits again.
Peter Killy. Oh, big time face mask. Wow. That looked painful there. He was able to at least roll with that and not make it so bad, but going to be 15 there. Another big mistake by Triway. TJ, I got to do a shout out. We did the Walsh game Saturday, Walsh against Wheeling, and didn't realize Carson Colucci was on the squad for Wheeling.
Yep.
So shout out to him. His dad texted me. He's like, "Did you see Carson?" I'm like, I didn't even realize.
He's rocking quite the hairdo, man. Looks like drawing a blank on the show. It was on Comedy Central. Guy with the long hair and the mustache. He's got quite the hairdo going on now. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I like it.
42 seconds here, first quarter. It looks like we're going to get a big dose of Peter Killey as he bounces it outside, made 2 moves, and got a couple yards.
Killey fighting for some tough
Peter
yardage.
Killey leading Stark County in rushing. He's got mid-400s for yards. There's only one other player over 300 in the county, and he's at over 4. So huge game last week, putting up that 240.
Whew. Hilsher Clark, electric player of the game.
And that's going to wind the first quarter down. After 1, it's Fairless 7, Triway nothing. I'm going to thank C.H. Vallis and Associates, H&H Truck Parts, LPL Financial, Walsh University. I'm over there every Saturday calling those games now. Official voice of the Cavs for football and basketball.
Got a little break this week, right? You got an off day tomorrow, and then next week what? Kentucky Wesleyan?
Yeah, yep, exactly. They played in the 0 week there, so they do have 2 games in. They're 1-1. Had no business losing that game Saturday. They really didn't.
Did I hear? Was there a touchdown that was called back? That
big time. Yeah,
maybe.
There was a 80-yard touchdown. As the guy was crossing the goal line, they called holding on a receiver at the 2-yard line. It was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. But that got called back, and then they never got in the end zone, and they missed a field goal. So that was pretty huge for them. But I'm excited to see that, I think they've got a lot more talent than they had a year ago. They're able to move the ball a lot better. And look pretty good here as we're back in action. Fairless now going left to right on your dial. They're going to do a direct snap to Peter Killey, and he's got room. Using his blocker, Carl, terrific. Going with those splits, direct snap. Mikey Ritterback took a break there for a moment.
Killey, the ball carrier.
But, back Walsh. They look real good. Dallas Jed, I think he needs to settle down a little bit. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Kind of was getting happy feet there a little bit and, threw some bad balls. So if he can settle, he's going to be the key for him. If he can settle in, Will Butler started to take the game over a little bit from late.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
He got in. Here's a quick handoff again to Killey, and he's down right away there. But, he's the backup tight end, Will Butler, and then the one wideout got hurt, come off the field, and so Will Butler went in, and he started taking it over. Had 3 or 4 catches for big gains, so former Stark County Player of the Year for us.
Yes, he was.
Still rocking that number 16.
Gavin Hatfield, big senior there on the defensive line for Triway, man. I'll tell you what, they got some size. 50's actually playing there. Outside linebacker, 225 pounds, trying to cover there on Snavely. We'll see if they're able to get to him.
Ritterback on the run. Got hit as he threw out of bounds. He got rid of that one.
Ritterback's pass is incomplete.
Really like that triple stack receiver look that Fairless does.
And if I'm Coach A.J. Sarbaugh, what I just kind of mentioned there, I'm going to look to try and play that matchup there with Gavin Hatfield, 225-pound outside linebacker covering down on Snavely. We've seen Snavely make some good catches at the tight end spot. Had some last week. He got Hilsher Clark electric player of the game for week 1 for what he did defensively. But I'll tell you what, man, if you got a guy that clearly does not have the same speed set, there's going to be an opportunity where he's going to be open.
And here we go. You called it again, dude. You called it again. Just got tipped. Is your headset connected to A.J. Sarball's right now? Because as soon as you said that, then I saw the safety roll over, and I'm like, you just hit him on a streak. He's going to be wide open, but great recovery and a knockdown there by the defender.
Well, that time the 225-pounder wasn't covering him. When you got the 150-pounder covering him, he's going to be able to sit in that hip pocket. So I worry about that one a little bit more. But Snavely, I mean, what he brings, is that 6'3" stretched out frame.
Yeah.
So it's gonna help a little bit,
And I think
still
TJ,
great coverage.
Yeah, you know, Brody Snyder's a great athlete. He got there, recovered, and knocked that one down. But I really think the high school level, they do not utilize the tight end enough. And they're going to go for it over the middle. Incredible defense there. Got nailed Peter Killey as he caught the ball was Bruin Flinner, another sophomore.
About, 2 to 3 yards shy of the first down marker is where Killey would have ended up. So, hey, you take a shot there, you know, and I don't blame any coach for wanting to take a shot. You know,
I don't hate that.
When you get it, you're a genius. When you don't, they're like, hey,
Right.
why'd you do that? But you know what? It's still, you're relying on your defense, who has played very well through the first quarter of the ball game, and Triway's still going to be on their own side of the field. So, you know, you're putting that pressure on your defense, but it's not horrible starting field position.
Handoff up the middle, stepped over the line and got a couple yards there. Great piece of running.
I mean, look at the big boys again. Colin Sullivan, Dylan Stevens, just making a speed bump in the backfield. But yeah, you talked about it. I mean, great job by number 34, Wyatt Poston, just being able to kind of, at the right moment, jump over top of it and turn something that should have been a tackle for loss into a 3-yard gain.
And there's a flag down. I think it's going to be illegal motion here, and I think this one's coming back. Great pass and catch over the center, completed Alex Shearer. But I think they had a couple receivers moving there, and they did. They had 2 receivers moving, and then the other receiver went in motion from the top of the screen and caused the illegal procedure there. So that's another killer there. Triway is just killing themselves. 2 turnovers so far, and every time they've had a big play, they've got a holding call or false start or something like that. So going to push him back here. Going to be 2nd and long now. 10:27 left in this first half. A little bit warmer and drier than 7 days ago here. You came in from halftime. You were soaked.
Yeah, it came down pretty good at halftime, and it kind of stayed steady throughout the evening.
2nd and 12 play here. 5 wide again, man in motion, like I mentioned. Nice little under route. Head fake. Was able to juke Carl and get to the outside and nearly get a first down. Great piece of running by Brody Snyder. Brody Snyder playing both sides of the ball. A heck of an athlete over there for Triway.
Tripped up by Hunter.
The purple pack, TJ.
3rd down.
Always liked playing hoops on the road at Triway because they had that, I mentioned it last week, they had that gym that's set down in
the pit.
In the pit, man. It's pretty cool.
You had a couple double-doubles over there?
Yeah, I'm sure. Great throw over the middle, or to the sideline there. Tackled right away by Antrell Hunter. Another sophomore. Amazing to see these athletes now getting starting time. You see that more at this level, you know. Like over Glen Oak, he tries not to bring anybody up sophomore-wise, but they had to. They combined the freshman and JV this year because they're playing so many sophomores on varsity. They had to, and now they roll out, got pressure, man open, and should have brought that one in. Down on one knee. It was a low throw, but would have been a first down nonetheless. It's going to be 3rd and long now for the purple pack.
Star's pass falls incomplete. 2nd down.
Fans are pretty quiet tonight, pretty chill so far. Dirty Birds need to get loud over there.
Help that defense out after the fake punt didn't go their way.
Good handoff up the middle, hard run. Brought down by Zachary Long. That was Wyatt Poston again on the 7-yard carry.
Would you hear that thump when Zach Long came up there? You could hear that helmet-to-helmet crack from all the way up here. And that was It was a good stop there because you saw that looked like number 59, I want to say, Maddox Durant. Maddox Durant was getting held. They were kind of running a little bit of that veer.
Quarterback draw, first down a lot more. Knifed in between two defenders there after the first down to get even more into the red zone.
Star on the scramble, brought down by Hunter.
Luke Starr, great read there. Moving the chains one more time. Now let's see if Triway can convert their third time now in the red zone. 8:47 and ticking here for second quarter. Starr drops back, throw over the middle, broken up. Incomplete pass. Ontrell Hunter again, getting a hand in there, knocking that one away. 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Boy, you've got 2 sophomores, Ontrell Hunter. You've also got John Hill back there. Both in that secondary, stepping up, playing like they're not sophomores.
Cam Carl, a junior. There's a snap, rolling left. He's a lefty. Thrown, and interception. Fairless picked it off in the end zone again. Zachary Gilkerson. Mom and dad right down here in front, going nuts.
Man, how about this defense?
Unreal.
For Fairless. They just they'll let you think that you're going to maybe get some points, let you drive a little bit, let you get a little taste of the red zone, just think you're maybe going to get there, and then bam, Cam Carl just snatches the life out of you. Gilkerson takes it away from you in the end zone. Great job, man. Great job.
What's that stat, TJ? You said at Ohio State you were 29-1 when you won the turnover battle.
Well, there was only one game out of 30 that I started that we lost the turnover margin, and we actually won.
Okay.
And that was, the stat gets even crazier, was on the road in Ann Arbor in 2005.
Wow.
So rarely does it ever happen on the road. Rarely do you ever win if you lose the turnover margin, not to mention in maybe the biggest game in all of
in the big
football, in the big house. So,
wow.
Yeah, right there, I mean, you're sitting here, you're -3 on the turnover margin right now if you're Triway, so you've got a lot of work to do. But you're only down 7-0.
I was just going to say, being down 7-0, you got to be grateful here at this point.
Yep.
8:20 and counting here into the second quarter.
2nd down.
It's just blowing my mind how many different names we call. You know, a lot of times we'll see games where there's like 3 or 4 standout players. You know,
especially for a smaller school,
yeah,
too.
Yeah. And for us to sit up here and call, you know, this is the 3rd Fairless game we've done. So
the Hunters, Hill, Ritterbecks, Gilkerson, Snavely's, Killies, McVickers, Carls. I mean, you just keep rolling right through them. Yeah, we haven't even got to the big boys yet.
And none of them are seniors that you just said. Mikey Ritterback rolling out, dangerous pass, got tipped away, incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and long now as we
3rd down.
reset. I want to thank Lindsay's Pizza, one of our great sponsors. If you haven't had their breakfast pizza, go check them out.
Oh, yeah. Big John, 477-3800, man. We're down Whipple. Game day coming up tomorrow. Brownies on Sunday. Good place to give a call to. Call them early, man, because they get so busy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost sometimes it gets hard to even get through to them.
Looks like a Fairless timeout. Give me a chance to thank some more sponsors. Drive Mine Group, Walsh University, as we mentioned, CH Ballas and Associates, H&H Truck Parts, LPL Financial, Nathan's Patio. We're going to be putting some content out there, doing some updates, some weekly previews. They're coming up here real soon for that. We're going to start that. Cackley Insurance, Leathernecks Nation MC. Take another minute here to thank all our veterans out there listening, both active and retired. We appreciate you. I always say, TJ, that heroes don't wear capes, they wear dog tags.
Yes, they do.
So we love you. Thank you. 7:43 to go here after that timeout. Good timeout there for Fairless, I think, just to get the guys reset on here in a 3rd and long. Probably gave Ritterbeck 2 plays here. Man in motion. Pulls it back, got pressure, made the big guy miss, flipped underneath to Cam Carl, but no doing on the advance there. So we're going to lose yardage, going to be 4th and forever now as the punt team comes on the leg of Peter Snavely.
One of those very, very dangerous plays to be running deep in your own territory. When you have moving parts like that, we'll call that like a very, very delayed and drawn out shovel pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be scary. Wrong person steps in front of that. There's going to be nobody to stop Triway from walking in for 6 points.
You think that was an improvise or was that a called play? Because he got flushed out of the pocket. It looked.
I feel like that was a called play just by looking at AJ Starball's mannerisms after that.
And they sent everybody, and that's going to hurt them. Big return here, got room to run, gets to the outside. Big hit down to the 5-yard line for Triway. Nearly blocked that punt. Calls Snavely to get it off quick, and then just a great catch and run. Those line drives are killer for the defense to be able to cover on that return. So now 1st and goal.
Well, let's find out really how good your defense is now.
Yeah.
If you give it to them 1st and goal.
Like we said, they're -3 in the turnover margin here, and they're down 7-0, and now they're threatening to punch it in here and tie this ball game up. .6:43 to go here in the half. Been a good one so far, as advertised. Before long here, we'll start getting you some updates on local scores and the other lots of big games going on in the area. And a fake jet sweep pulled back by the quarterback. And he got maybe 2 yards on that one, so 2nd and goal from the 4. Let's see, Northwest is up 9-0 over Manchester. Manchester's on the road. Dropping back, rolling left, and he's going to tuck and run. Touchdown, Triway. Great decision there by Luke Starr to pull that one down and take off running. Threw 2 interceptions already in the red zone and decided not to take a chance there. Tuck and run and get it in there. I want to thank Milano Family Chiropractic and Wellness, 330-705-0209. Drive-By Group, Lindsay's Pizza we mentioned, the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon Club every Monday. Would you say, TJ, it's $40 to join, and then you get all access to the Hall of Fame?
Get free access anytime you want to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Museum, which that's going to clip you $28 every time you go there. And you get free admission to Malone, Walsh, and Mount Union athletic events.
That extra point's up, and it's good. This ball game is tied now, 7-7, 6:05 left. Special teams and turnovers. Story of every week.
Yeah, I mean, just think about that. Any athletic event.
Yeah.
For 3 of our universities right here in Stark County.
Yeah.
On top of that, you get Pro Football Hall of Fame Museum access whenever you want, free admission. So it's well worth the $40 to pay that. Now, you pay, I believe it's right now $13 or $14 for the lunch that you pay for your meal when you get there. But the $40 alone just gives you access to be able to see or hear from 35 different speakers. Think of it kind of like a bowling league. You know, bowling leagues they usually go about 32, 33, 35 weeks.
Yeah.
That's how our Hall of Fame Luncheon Club goes. Yeah, we'll go all the way until I believe our last speaker is the end of May. So you're going to get to see and hear from head coaches. Last year we had movie producers. We had Division I athletic directors. There's a lot of different great talent that comes in there, and the message is usually great. They speak for an hour. A lot of guys will show up about an hour early, start to do lunch. They'll come an hour before that, play cards, have coffee. Right over there at Toesies. A lot of it's transitioning over to the actual Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Squib kick bounced off the helmet of the Fairless player, and recovered by Triway. And now Fairless is going to have their woes controlling the ball.
There you go.
Wow.
What'd you say earlier, partner? Special teams could play an impact on this one?
Yep.
They have thus far.
Unreal. Six minutes to go. Triway just tied it up, and now, let's see, 7-7. Huge turn of events here. Triway on the last punt took it clear down to the 8-yard line, 6-yard line, punched it in 2 plays later. And now on a squib kick, which I almost never see worked.
And false start on Triway. Remind me, I believe Fairless did get the ball first.
Correct.
They did get the ball first, so and I'll tell you what, you talk about those big change of events here. What's going on with 6 minutes left here in the first half? Triway can punch one in here and get another stop before the half, and boy, you could see a huge swing in this ball game, which it really just felt through the first quarter. I mean, we talked about the turnovers. It was a 7-0 lead for Fairless, and that's the game of football, man. You got to be ready. That's sports in general. You got to be able to ride the roller coaster. You know, it's not always going to go your way. Not everybody's going to be LeBron James or Michael Jordan. You know.
Another handoff up the middle. Good off tackle run to get about 4 there by Wyatt Poston. Wyatt Poston looks bigger than what it says. 5'8", 185. He runs pretty hard, though.
Yeah, he looks like he's, I mean, I'll give him 5'10", maybe closer to $190.
Yeah.
200 pounds. I mean, he runs harder, physical, like you said. But then even when he had to do that hurdle, when there was a little speed bump in the backfield, he's got moves. He's got agility for his size.
Man in motion here, right to left. Botch snap, but
very smart.
Wyatt Poston was very quick to jump on that ball and cover it.
And you know, you call that, we'll call that senior smarts for Wyatt, because a lot of running backs, a lot of younger guys, they would try and scoop that thing and run with it.
Right.
And then that's where other bad things happen, because you start looking around where to go, and then you don't actually scoop the ball, and you have another turnover. And good job just to fall on it, live to fight another down. And as you're sitting here way 3rd long, call it 3rd 19.
Stands are getting loud now. 4 wide for Triway here in possible 4-down territory. All kinds of pressure, got drilled by Sullivan. Completed pass. Took that hit, but threw a strike. And the receiver also got drilled. Alex Shearer going to bring up 4th and 1. He knew he was going to get hammered, but he stood in there like a pro, man. Whew. Colin Sullivan was coming downhill, man.
That's all 245 pounds of him. And that might be generous, too, after the pregame meal for Colin.
Oh my. Move. You just said jumping over people, TJ.
Wow.
That is not legal to do. However, that player was on the ground, so you are allowed to jump in that circumstance.
And we saw that last week.
Yeah. The old NFL just jump over them because you want to, because you can. Doesn't work at this level.
Just had to see a chance to see your guy come walking up here, man.
Yeah.
The leader of Krause's Pizza Navarre.
Another shout out to them as they just expanded their patio. You wanted me to talk about that on air, and
we had a great time there last week after the game.
Dropping back, all kinds of pressure, made a guy miss. Got hit pretty hard there, tackled by 2 Falcons. Cam Carl was in on that one.
Star, I'll tell you what, for the frame of 6'2", $175, very hard to take down, man.
.311, plenty of time here. 2nd down and goal from the 4. Another handoff, all kinds of Fairless Falcons in pursuit. Was not able to get him down, and Looked like he tippy-toed and got in there, but they're going to call him short at the half-yard line.
Boston, the ball carrier.
So 3rd down now. Got 2 opportunities here to punch it in.
Hill and Carl.
Probably be some type of a QB sneak or something here. We'll see if they run a play.
I mean, with Luke's frame at 6'2", you got to almost feel like between center, left guard, right guard, you'd be able to.
And they are in shotgun. I doubt he's going to throw this ball. Ran right behind the defender, and the Falcons stood him up. Need to do it one more time now if you're Fairless. Well, let's see where they mark this one. It looked like he got hit right at the 1.
Bring up 4th down.
So we'll see what the spot looks like. Looks like they are going to spot it about the 1.
This is where it gets interesting.
Absolutely huge right here for Triway. If I'm Triway, I think I would QB sneak it. If you don't do that, I think you got to get your quarterback in space and let him take off and run it in like he did last time. 2 minutes here to the till the end of the first half. 7-7. He's going to go under center, and he made Falcons jump. No flag. 4 seconds to snap this one, and they're letting it wind down. I'm going to call a timeout. Wow, I don't know, TJ. That looked like I got 2 guys to jump on that hard count, but must not have.
As long as you don't cross over where the football is, and you're not over, if you're kind of in that neutral zone area, you're able to jump back before that ball snapped. Yeah, that's where you see a lot of times those centers. As soon, it doesn't matter if the quarterback wants you to do it or not.
Yeah.
Right, where you can kind of see what they were doing there. The quarterback didn't want the ball.
Yep.
They wanted to do that, right? But the moment that guy jumps over and he's over top of it, snap it regardless. Because even if it's a fumble, it's botched, he doesn't get it, he gets tackled for a loss, it's still going to be a penalty. Because that guy was over top of the football. He was in the neutral zone. He gets the infraction.
And they did move him back to the 2-yard line here. So 4th and goal from the 2. And they're going to kick the field goal, TJ. They're going to try to take a 10-7 lead here. Looked like the field goal kicker pregame. I was watching him a little bit. Looked pretty decent. DJ Corbett, he's a senior. Number 88, TJ. I keep thinking of that. What was that movie with Kurt Russell where he had that number 88 jersey? Yeah. Good flick. Don't see that 88 number much.
Yeah, you know, you see Coach Kelly here now, understanding that he's going to get the ball back, start second half. You know what? Let's just go ahead and take the for sure points from the 2-yard line. You know, but then again, you're on the road. You feel like you got some big boys up front, but that last 3rd down stop by Fairless may have been a difference maker for him to say, let's go ahead and just kick this field goal and get the points.
There's a snap, good hold. A chip shot, and he got it through. Wasn't pretty, but it went. So Triway, -3 in the turnover margin, takes a 10-7 lead on Fairless here in the first week of Pac-7 play. 1:49 to go here for the Falcons as they're going to receive the kickoff here. Like TJ said, Triway will get the ball back here in the second half. TJ, got to do a quick shout out. My high school coach, Ken Youngman, who's in 2 different Hall of Fames, just, I don't know what his age is. I won't say it if I knew, I guess, but he wouldn't have cared. But just got his 6th hole-in-one over on number 7 at not Tamish,
at the Legends, right?
At the Legends.
Man, I'll tell you what.
That's about a 160-yard hole.
You and I were talking about that, man. What a career he's had. You know how many young people's lives he impacted, not just yourself, but many, many more. And yeah, I'm still looking for the first one. I'm sure I'll be searching for that for a long time.
Yeah.
You got any under your cap?
I got to tell the story now. I've got 2 that don't count. COVID year.
Oh.
So on the same hole, I played 36 holes at River Greens, number 16. We played 36. The first time around, I flew it into the hole and hit that damn sponge.
Oh,
and flew up 50 feet in the air off the green. Next time around, downwind, so I switched from an 8 to 9 iron, one hop in the front, hit that damn sponge a second time, and then sat on the lip.
I don't know,
So
man.
I have 2 that don't count.
Sounds like a fish story.
I had all kinds of witnesses. And a great run back here for Fairless. Much needed here with 1:44 to go. Falcons have 2 timeouts left, so 1:44, 2 timeouts, and 60 yards is plenty of time at the high school level. I watched Lucas Eckerman go 80 yards with 58 seconds left with no timeouts to win it against Mentor 2 years ago. Unbelievable.
Yeah, maybe
got their first win.
Maybe you work in a little bit of that, Peter Killey halfback pass, looking for Cam Carl.
You see it just about every week. They're going 5 wide now. Dropping back, looking right, throwing it to Peter Killey. Let's see if he can get out. Got to get out of bounds, young man. Clock's winding. Clock winding, 1:33. It's 10 to 7.
Second down, 4.
Let's see what Coach Sarball draws up here. You can tell when he's focused, TJ. He gets out there by himself and starts walking around. Here's a snap. Quick throw, dangerous throw, got drilled. Incomplete pass. Had it in his hands, but Peter Snavely got hit pretty darn hard. Incomplete. That would have been a first down, would have stopped the clock.
Third down.
And Falcons are going to have to convert here. I doubt this is 4-down territory, being midfield.
Nah, because what you definitely don't want to do is give Coach Kelly and his team with 2 timeouts left an opportunity maybe to do something. Because I don't think they're going to try and risk anything knowing they're going to get the ball back, start second half. If they're not they're not in Fairless territory already to start.
5 wide here again. Ritterback dropping back. Stepping up, didn't have anybody, took off running and got brought down from behind. Going to be 4th down and 5 for the Falcons. Great pursuit and tackle there from behind, and Triway takes a timeout. Triway wants to stop that clock there with 1:03 left. Going to force Fairless to punt. I doubt it, TJ. I seriously doubt it, but I wouldn't put past AJ to do a fake punt here. We'll see what happens. We got the Friday night flyover happening right now. The chopper.
Sounds like it.
Chopper in the house, so see the Fairless game on TV tonight.
Yeah, Chopper City and Navarre. Tell you what, this game has lived up to its hype. I mean, I don't know. You and I kind of looked around the area, kind of seeing not just in Stark, Summit, but around Northeast Ohio. I know you got a big one with Aurora and Revere. They're both 3-0. But there's not a lot of marquee games and matchups that we saw. But this one right here, you knew it was going to be a battle, and it has lived up to that with the turnovers, with the big interception by Carl, you know, with Starr leading the offense for Triway, and you know, you've mixed in some little special teams quirks here and there, and you've had some just big hits defensively. Yeah. You've had D-line pressure and getting after it. And
this don't look like a D5 game, does it?
No, it doesn't.
They sent everyone again, and this time got a great punt. Gives this team time to get down there and cover it, but he's got room to run, getting to the outside, making guys miss. Made 2 guys miss on a missed tackle there by Peter Killey there at about the 25.
Tell you what, this Brody Schneider, man, he's a player. You know, not easy, just slippery. Hard to get him down. He made quite a few guys miss.
We're going to be on TV. I was just waving at the chopper there.
Look at you guys getting your 15 minutes of fame.
Yep. Perry is up 10-0 on Lake at half. Ooh. Finding out if Perry's real or not.
I think they threw the ball 10 times last week. There's an interesting little stat for you don't see with those guys.
Darn narrow record, probably. Pass incomplete there. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Tuslaw getting drilled by Cuyahoga Valley 27-0 at half. Sandy Valley 28-0 over Minerva.
Didn't see that one coming.
And the Massillon Tigers are pissed off, dude. It's 35-0 at halftime. Let's see. Northwest 15-6.
Okay, now Jeff, here's where it gets a little interesting. You've got 40 seconds left. You've got one timeout. And now you're in Falcon territory. So if you can get that clock to stop, which you just do, but you get the flag, and that's what's going to really hurt this thing if it goes against Triway. Because that was going to be your opportunity right there. If you wanted to try and even, you mentioned you saw their kicker.
Yeah.
You saw Corbett in warm-ups.
Yep.
Would you kind of felt like he's got a decent leg on him?
A little inconsistent.
Okay, a little inconsistent.
I think they're going to probably need to get down to about.
You'd have to get inside the 20 at least.
Probably about down to the 15 for him to be able to. I mean, he hit a couple good, but you saw that extra point there.
Yeah.
A little inconsistent. I wish I had $1 for every time I heard this "Let's Go" cheer from a Falcon from the Falcon cheerleaders. My least favorite one though was when my wife's out there and they're saying, "We're proud of our team. We're proud." That means we got our ass beat.
Don't like hearing that one, huh? Okay, now look, here we go. This one just moved them up a little bit here, so this is going to make it interesting.
Ooh.
It goes against Fairless. That hurts. Now you've got 31 seconds. They wind the clock. Rock and roll.
5 wide. Going to throw to the sideline, caught, brought in. As we saw last week, Fairless tends to give up those quick 8-yard passes with the DBs playing 10 yards deep. Like to see them come up. You're trying to bend, not break. Just keep them out of the end zone. Don't give up a big play. Don't let anybody behind you.
So at worst, Jeff, you pick up the first down here, burn your last time out, you're going to get a shot or two at the end zone.
Absolutely. Little pump fake. Quarterback flushed. And he's going to tuck and run. He needs to get down. He's using too much clock there. Now 7 seconds left. They're only going to have 1, maybe 2 shots at the end of the game.
He got the first down, and you know what? At the end of the day, after you got that field goal, after you gave the ball back to Fairless,
yeah, but time.
Did you even think that you were going to get another shot at the end zone? And you do. So, but is it one of those deals here? You mentioned the 15. I said the 20.
Yeah.
Do you bring him out right now? Do you try and take one shot?
Take a shot. You got to take a shot. You got to do a quick fade. Something that won't take a whole lot of time.
And then maybe you got 1 second left, you can bring your guy out.
You've got no timeout, so if you do something over the middle, you can't
right.
stop the clock. So you're going to have to.
Better be in the end zone. Better be a shot at the end zone.
Absolutely. That'll probably take 5-6 seconds. So it'll be tight. Clock could wind out if you're not successful there, but we'll see what coach decides. This game, like you said, is advertised, man, as advertised. A couple other scores here. Hoover up 10-7 over Green. Let's see. Northwest 22, Manchester 6. Northwest just scored. So we're finding out that Northwest is maybe a little bit more real than Manchester. Manchester rolls in there. That's another 3-0 matchup in the Pac-7. 5 wide, and they are going to take a shot. False start. Both receivers took off the same time, so miscommunication after a timeout there. That's a killer. Mayfield up 13-7 over Jackson at half. 5 wide, drops back. Unbelievable sack up the middle. How much for room service? Colin Sullivan is hungry, baby. What a way to end the half for the Falcons. You saw a national title ring on a play like that at the end of the ball game.
Sure did. See Willie from New Philly. My boy getting it done coming off the edge.
So a great first half as advertised. Triway moved the ball at will pretty much. Got in the red zone 4 times total. Scored on 2 of them. Actually 5 times. Scored on 2 of them and had 3 other turnovers in the red zone. So after an up and down half, Triway's going to take this 10-7 lead here at half. We're going to pause here for a little bit. We'll be back and let you listen to the band. And then we'll come back maybe about 5 minutes before half. And we will, before the start of the second half, when Triway gets the ball back, and we'll hit you with some local scores and go through that. And we'll be right back here on SMG Network YouTube stream. This is Jeff Tyler and TJ Downing. We'll be right back.
It's on YouTube. That's where she's been trying since the beginning of the game. She said she can't access it. It's the one that you posted. I gave it to her. It'll work.
It'll at least, if it's not live, it should be. We're saying we're live, but it'll be uploaded either way.
Okay, it's
So
not
she'll be able to see it, you know.
She's pissed. I'm like, oh, sorry, man.
Tonight, we celebrate the songs from the rock and hard rock genre, a mainstay in our country's pop culture. First up is a chart by the group The Doors, released in June of 1968. Here is
There's nothing live on it.
I Love You.
No, my mom even said, and what you just said, that we're not. And welcome back to the SMG Network here on the YouTube stream. Second half about to begin here in about 2 minutes, and we might actually put some extra time back on the clock. Neither team is on the field as of yet, but you just listened to two really good bands there with Triway and Fairless, which hit you with some scores here, get you some updates, and then we'll go from there. Lake Blue Streaks are losing 10-0 in the third quarter to Perry. Cuyahoga Valley Royals 27, Tuslaw 0. With the Kansas Crusaders 0, Massillon 35 at half. 35-0 for Massillon. 37-6 Ursuline over East. 13-7 Mayfield over Jackson. Hoover 10, Green 7 at half. Triway, as you know, here is 10-7 over Fairless at half. McKinley 21, Glen Oak 6 at half. And let's see, we got a couple more here. Louisville winning, 0-3 start here for Louisville. They're up 14-7 here in the first half. Alliance down 6-0 in the says first quarter. It's got to be second half by now, or second quarter at least. East Canton and St. Thomas, a juggernaut, 0-0. Central losing 7 to Salem, 14. And Northwest 22-6 over Manchester. This one is a surprise. Canton South last week got their first win in the post-Poochie Snyder era, and they were able to get a W last week, and they're up 28-14 at half over Orville. Thought going into that Orville was probably the better team, but Canton South is having their way with them at the moment. And that's your SMG halftime update. And now both teams have come back on the field, and they put 3 minutes back up on the clock here. So we're about 3 minutes away here. Definitely want to thank some sponsors here. Hilshire Clark Electric Company. They sponsor our electric player of the game. The Canton Air Sports is a new sponsor of ours. They're going to sponsor the Big Air play of the game. Let's see. Check out all of our SMG Networks content and our YouTube channel, and also at tkdssports.tv. Give us a like, follow, share, subscribe. That helps us out. We're on Twitter at Stark Media Team. On Facebook and Instagram, it's the same. It's at SMG Network 1. So check us out there. You can also hit me up, follow me on at Jay Tyler on Twitter as well. Walsh University, always talk about them. I'm the voice of the Cavaliers over there. Now I'm doing football alongside Drew Sarekman on Saturdays. They have an off game this week, so they won't be playing tomorrow, but they're 1-1 going in so far, looking pretty good, and then we'll go right from that. I'll spin right into that into basketball season, where we will do some high school games, especially in the playoffs, but we will also, you know, I do the boys and the girls basketball team over there, so I cover that. Real cool place to go see a game. Dry Mine Group, Lindsay's Pizza, Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon Club, like TJ said, $40 membership gets you access to not only all the speakers, but it also gets you all access into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You can go there at any time and get in free. And then you get also, you can go to all the Walsh, Malone, and Mount Union games for free as well. So well worth your $40 investment there. I think TJ said it's $28 just to go to the Hall of Fame, not counting the probably $10 for each football game. So definitely well worth being a member of that club. Milano Family Chiropractic and Wellness. Give them a call at 330-705-0209. C.H. Vallison Associates, H&H Truck Parts, LPL Financial, Nathan's Patio. We do a lot with them. Nathan over there has done a tremendous job in the community. He's always doing team feeds and helping local sports teams out in that area, and definitely a great place to go. Good burgers, good food. Just a really great place. We're going to be doing some our podcasts over there here coming up shortly, and also rounding out our last couple is Cackley Insurance and Leathernecks Nation MC, along with the Save 22 Vet. Shout out to all our vets out there. Thanks for listening. This is Jeff Tyler and TJ Downing on the SMG Network YouTube stream. Story of the first half was turnovers and not turned into touchdowns for the Falcons. The only touchdown the Falcons have had is the 100-yard interception return by Cam Carl. Other than that, the Falcons have haven't really even got down into the red zone. So Falcons have struggled. Triway really should be winning this by 3 scores. They've had 3 turnovers, all in the actually 2 of the 3 were in the red zone. One was a fumble at about the 30, and then they threw 2 interceptions in the red zone, one that was returned for a touchdown. So real surprising that Triway has kept Fairless's offense completely out of the end zone. As we begin his leather-on-leather kickoff for the second half, it is a super short one, fielded at the 35. And that up back got about 5 yards. Cam Carl took that ball away from him as he was stood up. Cam Carl showing he has the rock. And they are saying that he must have been down or forward progress was stopped with the whistle before Cam Carl was able to take that ball away. Near turnover to start the second half already. And now the defense for Fairless is going to need to get in this and step up. And hopefully that Fairless offense, if you're a Fairless fan, can get rolling. Man in motion here, left to right. Here's a snap. Overthrown, incomplete. Little rust there on that first pass coming out of the half.
Stars pass intended for Flinner, incomplete. Gilkerson on the coverage.
Nearly
Second
no
down.
time taken off the clock there on that one. 11:52 to go here. Start of the second half. 2nd and 10 play. Man in motion as they always do. It's a forward pass on that little toss. And he's got tons of room to run. He gets it outside, first down. Before he got ran out of bounds there. Great toss and run. Brody Snyder doing a good job of getting
Snyder,
him the ball.
Run out of bounds by Hill.
That was John Hill, who, like I said, is another young DB here for the Falcons. Ran him out of bounds. He had a great game last week, multiple tackles in the open field. It's one thing these Falcons do great is these young DBs tackle very well in the open field one-on-one. In the same play, quarterback's going to keep it that time. He's going to get 5, spin move, and got 7, maybe 6.
Star the ball carrier. Tackled by Sullivan.
11:33 to go here. Start of the second half. Still a gorgeous night out. Another handoff, off tackle, bounces it outside, and a great open field tackle there, but a first down there for Triway as Wyatt Poston lowered his shoulder to get there.
Austin brought down by Pomnio.
See what these Fairless fans can, they can will this team inside 11 minutes now, 3rd quarter. High snap brought in though. Room to run with a blocker. Poston, another 8 yards on a run.
Austin the ball carrier.
I've been saying Poston. I think it's
Tackled
Poston.
by Stevens.
Tell you what, Poston, I'll tell you, the way he's run the ball, he's been on top of things for this Triway offense. Him and Starr have worked well with each other out of the backfield. You see him flopping sides now.
Hard count. Got him again. That was the problem for Fairless in week 1. Holding their water after a big run. I think Triway might have looked at some film and said Fairless will jump after a big play, but oh, they're moving him back. They're going to call it a false start. I stand corrected. 2nd down and long now. Rolling out right. Great job. Boy, he got yard out of that one. I didn't think he would. He was drug that lineman quite a bit.
It looked like number 59, Maddox Durant. Yeah, it was. Tell you what, he's given up a few inches to Luke Starr. About 2 or 3 of them, you see, kind of hog-tied him, trying to bring him down to the ground.
Was that a Fairless dig there, the hog tie?
It was.
9:40
Don
to go.
Beaver will tell us about it.
Here's the snap, dropping back. Wide open in the flats, caught. First down, out of bounds at the 15.
Stars pass to Posse.
Absolutely wide
Run out of
open.
bounds by McVicker.
So the run game has caused the Falcons to pack it in, and leaves that open for Poston in the back, coming out of the backfield there. 9:31 to go, clock stop. And once again, Triway in the red zone here of the Falcons. See if they continue to run the rock this time with having 2 interceptions thrown in the red zone in the first half. Man in motion. They are going to run it. Great block in there. McVicker came up to help on the tackle. And Zachary Gilkerson there on the initial contact.
Smith, the ball
Told you
carrier.
you're going to get a lot of that buck
Tackle made
sweep
by
action
Gilkerson.
from Triway, and now that they've got this 3-point lead, they want to try and chew and get into this fourth quarter probably as quick as they can, being on the road. And they've run that buck sweep now 2-3 times on this opening possession of the second half. And for Fairless, when you start to bring some more guys into the box, bring some guys off the edge to try and slow that down, now you're going to get that empty set.
And here's the snap. They're not afraid to throw again, and nearly picked off. Thrown too hard for McVicker to bring that one in on a 5-yard bullet.
Stars pass broken up by McVicker. Third down.
So they're going to continue to throw the rock in the red zone, TJ. Real surprised with the way this running game's been going. .847 here in Fairless, Ohio. The 3-0 versus 3-0 in Pac-7 League Week 1. Winner of this game will be tied for first. And another handoff, running left. And McVicker was there again, and he fumbled. Another red zone turnover for Triway.
Unbelievable.
And hang on. They haven't signaled. They're going to discuss this one. I don't know. The defense is still on the field for Fairless, so I don't think that was must have been down on the ground.
Got to make a call here, fellas. Okay, so they're going to say 1st and 10, Fairless.
Okay. As I say, I saw the quarterback.
Typically, you're looking for one of the officials to signal it.
Yeah.
We need a signal out of you guys.
And now, for the first time, double got a I formation here. Handoff, Peter Killey bounces it out. Got one guy to beat. Got about 2 yards on that one on a great open field tackle there.
Killing the ball carrier.
That was Ollie Krupp there. Fairless, I think, TJ, they need to establish this run game. You know, Peter Killey is leading the county in yardage, and he's only really got the ball 4 times rushing.
Yeah.
Haven't really ran the rock with him. They've done a lot with Cam Carl and sweeps and passes, but and it looks like Fairless is going to try to get this run game established, maybe take some time off the clock and move it up the field. Handoff, off tackle, nothing doing there.
Boy, the guys up front are just not having any luck blocking at the point of attack. There's people scraping off the edge. That was big number 65, who I talked about him a lot in the open. Roman Gilbert, the junior, 6'3", 250-pounder. And it's a big defensive line for Triway, but nothing that Fairless hasn't seen before. What they saw last week, I mean, even though they were more sophomore-laden line for Claymont, this is about the same size group up front, but more seniors, more juniors, and you could tell that Fairless has struggled with that throughout this ball game, as to what you mentioned, Jeff, not being able to get the run game established, not being able to get Peter Killey going.
And now fake jet sweep through to Peter Kelly, got him in the flats, caught. Short of the, no, I think it might be a first down Falcons on a great conversion there. A huge third down for Fairless.
That was big.
Good for a Falcon first down.
Falcons have had trouble moving the ball. Their only score is a 100-yard interception return by Cam Carl. Triway has been able to move the ball at will, continues to get it into the red zone, and continues to turn the rock over. That's their 4th turnover of the ball game, and they're winning 10-7. Nearly unheard of. Going 4 wide this time, spread them out a little bit. McVicker in the backfield now with Peter Kelly as quarterback on a Wildcat formation, and last time they got about 12 yards, this time only about 2.
Kelly up the middle, short game, second down.
7 minutes and counting here. Ball game's as advertised. Just very, not a whole lot of crazy, exciting stuff has happened. Just kind of back and forth, some turnovers here and there.
Except for first
except for
series of the game.
Except for that 100-yard return. Don't know that I've actually witnessed a return that big. Oh, Peter Kelly's breaking one. Getting it outside. Great job covering that ball and hanging on to it as the defender got his hand in there on the ball, but Kelly was able to secure the rock, move the chains, and continue to roll. They are now establishing that run.
You know, that's what you got to like about Coach A.J. Sarball and his offensive staff is that, you know what, if something's not working, if plan A is not working, if plan B is not working, they're willing to scrap all of that midway, deep into a ball game, into the second half, and go with a Wildcat. Now you've got something that you found that is working.
Keep feeding him. Give him the Zeke feed.
I mean, we didn't see any Wildcat week 1. We didn't see any Wildcat last week. But now you're seeing it. Now that just goes to show you a coach that's willing to adapt on the fly. You got to love that. That wrinkle has been put in there. Coach Sarball knows that it may not be something that's going to come out unless you get into a tight ball game. You're trailing. And, again, A, B, C's not working. Let's go to D and put Peter Kelly at tailback or at Wildcat, and let's let him run. Give him the option to hand it off if he wants to. But, again, you go back to that well too many times, Jeff, and now Triway is, you know, they're a pretty well-coached staff. You know, you see some of the guys, Bruce Fletcher, Terry Prost, Zach McCune, Barry Smith, Ben Klein, Jason Duvall, Curtis Bergen, Cody Kelly's guys. You know, they're an undefeated team. They've had success over the last couple of years for a reason. They're not just going to sit here and let you burn them up and down the field with Wildcat. So you've gotten it out. You know, you've given yourself enough breathing room now to this point. Now you've got to pick up this third down, and I think it's smart and wise that you brought back in Mikey Ritter back.
Look for that pass in a flash to Peter Kelly again here. Oh, and he was pretty early. I don't know. Good coverage, though. Looked like he was a hair early, but it's going to be incomplete. Fourth and 4 for the Falcons. And the offense is staying out there, TJ, for the moment. And now they're going to bring on the punt unit.
And Ritterback kind of looked that one in the entire way. And you had 2 to 3 different Triway defenders who jumped on that route. And he kind of tried to double clutch it real quick, just to kind of give his receiver a little bit of breathing room to be able to create something and get a little bit of separation, although it was a quick slant route.
Here's a snap, and man, they've been close to getting that every time. Going to be fielded at the 20 on a good punt, and brought down at the 25. So a good punt, good coverage on that. But Fairless's defense has got to figure out how to stop this team from marching. I think have they even had a 3 and out? I don't think they've caused a 3 and out for Triway. I know Fairless has had some, but
First and 10, Triway on their own 25.
See what Triway comes up with. I mean, they've been doing a good job of getting Brody Snyder the ball, but I see he's taking a break here on the sideline, playing both ways, so he's getting a drink. And 4 wide. 4:50 to go here, third quarter. Listen to Jeff Tyler, TJ Downing on the SMG Network YouTube stream. A quick pass, high, but brought in, complete, got room to run. First down and more. It gets cleared out of the 47-yard line before he got knocked out of bounds there. Great catch and run, Bruin Flinner.
Complete to Flinner. run out of bounds by Carl.
4:42 to go. This Fairless defense has been on the field all night long. Only giving up 10 though. And Triway is in no hurry whatsoever to get this ball snapped. They're dropping back on the throw again. Screen play through wide. Incomplete there.
Star's pass is incomplete.
Montrell Hunter was in pursuit on that one. Kind of mad at himself that it got thrown even behind him. He thought he could have had a pick 6 there. Would have had nobody to beat. 4:35 left here. Thanks for joining us. Thank Hilscher Clark Electric Company, huge sponsor of ours. I'm rocking the Hilscher Clark bucket of water, if you will. And another little toss forward, which is actually a forward pass. And no gain there, maybe 1 yard. And he's still fighting somehow. Thought he got ran out of bounds in front of us here. Spin move to get nearly a first is going to bring up 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 1, rather. Another instance there of second effort. Haven't quite decided where we'll be next week. We'll get that worked out, see what kind of matchups we have going on. So look for that announcement here coming early next week. Here's the snap, handoff. Room to run, 1st down. Offensive line is having their way with these Falcons right now.
Austin, the ball carrier, tackle made by McVicker.
Some big boys out there, TJ. They look taller, they're heavier. And the Falcons defense looks tired. You hate to take a timeout while you're on defense, but Falcons might need to do something here. Here's a throw, 2 guys out there, and now they're in trouble. Oh, ripped his helmet off. Immediate dead ball at the 24-yard line. Pomnio stepped up there. CJ Pomnio stepped up, grabbed his helmet, ripped it off. It's got to be a 15-yarder. Flag is down. And unfortunately for Triway, Ollie Krupp has to come out of the ballgame for at least 1 play. No signal yet, but there was a flag down, and they're going to walk off 15. Detrimental to the Falcons there. Back in the red zone for Triway. Familiar territory, but they're not familiar with scoring in the red zone as of yet.
Boy, they have chewed up this 3rd quarter. You look at time of possession for the 3rd, and it's going to be heavily favoring Triway.
Man in motion right to left, 4 wide. All kinds of pressure, rolling out, thrown, dove, drug the toes, but couldn't bring the catch in. Incomplete pass. Coverage got behind Gilkerson there, but he threw it only where his guy could get it. Unfortunately, his guy couldn't get that one. 2:58 left, 3rd quarter. Like TJ said, time of possession is all Triway in this 2nd half.
And a lot of that has taken this crowd of Fairless out of it.
4 wide again. Great job.
Snavely angling in. Peter Snavely, big tackle, coming down from the defensive end spot. A little bit of that delayed backdoor counter by Triway, and good job staying home because if Peter Snavely's not there to make that play, and you can see he's got his hands on his pads there. He's kind of leaning over. You can tell number 5 is gassed, but that was a huge play. Set up a 3rd long.
Again, clock winding, 21 seconds here to snap this one. Triway taking their time. He's going to roll right. Tough throw for a lefty. Zipped it. Incomplete pass. Looked like a good ball. Ontrell Hunter got his hands in there and knocked that ball away for another incomplete pass. Going to bring up 4th down and 11. And here
Star's
comes
fastball's incomplete.
the kicking team
Bring
for
up 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's cramping in the back of the end zone for Fairless before Corbett comes out to attempt this field goal, which looks to be
it's a Peter Kidd. Nope.
30. It's going to be about a 30-yarder.
And TJ, a good kick. He does have the leg on a good one there. Like I said, I watched him pregame. Looked a little bit inconsistent, but
Yeah.
he did have the leg when he got a hold of it for this kick, for sure. So we'll see what can happen there. Probably best case scenario for Fairless at this point. You can't expect another turnover. But if you kept him off the board there as a touchdown, make him try this field goal, you're still only down 6. And that is Ontrell Hunter, who just made that play, is the one that was cramping up. So he's going to come out of the ball game for 1 at least. DJ Corbett here, number 88, 6'2" senior. Here's the snap. Nearly blocked, and it's short. Another red zone stand for the Falcons. 10-7, Falcons take over.
You know, and Jeff, I don't know if that ball was this low or if it wasn't tipped at the line. I know that we've seen Corbett on the extra point and the field goal that he has converted on. It has come in a little bit low, but that did it almost sneakily looked like somebody had gotten a hand up and just put a little bit of a fingertip on it, and that's enough for it. And that's surprising too, because you got a 6'2", 150-pound kicker. You know, he's got a long range. You would think he'd be able to kind of get a little bit of lift on it.
Yeah. So here we go. Fairless dodges another bullet. 3 wide this time. Peter Killy in the backfield. Cam Carl in motion. Hand off tackle. Got room. Made 2 guys miss. Getting into the hole there. Moving the sticks.
Killy will carry over the right side.
It needs to be Peter Killy time now. He's just got to take it over. This offensive line has got to step up here for Fairless. Triway has done a good job of keeping him from breaking one, but I just feel like he's close to busting a big one here, TJ.
Well, when you're the leading rusher in the county, those are things that you're supposed to do. That's what your team counts on you to do, week in and week out, a tight ball game especially.
Hand going the other way, into tons of traffic, only 2-yard gain there.
Killy up the middle for a short
I
gain.
believe Peter Killy's averaging 6.5 yards per carry this season.
Still 10-0 Perry over Lake into the 3rd. Looks like 6 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Jeff Green 21, Hoover 10.
Second down play here. Now we see the splits for the offensive line, and they shot in there and brought Peter Killy down right away. Now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Falcons in another tough 3rd down situation.
Killy the ball carrier.
This clock is winding, 46 seconds here, 3rd quarter. Plenty of time left in this ball game, but the Falcons have had trouble getting the ball even across midfield. Fairless taking plenty of time here, back to their normal offensive line here. Peter Killy out right as a receiver. Mikey Ritterback dropping back, tons of pressure, and got drilled in the backfield. Had to get rid of that one. And a great defensive play there by Wyatt Poston. Going to bring up a punt scenario here on 4th and forever for the Falcons. Not sure what's going on here, TJ. Offense is still on the field. I didn't see a flag down. The Official at the top of the screen here is waving a flag, and they're having a conference here. AJ Sarball is trying to inquire what's going on here. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. We'll get you some more scores here as we get them. Lots of good games out there. Perry 10-7 over Lake.
Oh, Lake's able to get on the board, huh?
Yep. Fourth quarter there. Massillon 41-7. They're about to close that game out. And I missed that signal, the official, so it is going to be fourth down for the Falcons, so they're going to punt. Sandy Valley, 42 rip over Minerva. Minerva's just had a rough go of it. Let's see. Jackson now on top of Mayfield, 14-13. Canton South still leading Orville, 28-14. That one's a little bit of a surprise to me. Northwest 22 over Manchester, 6. And that's in the third quarter. Ursuline 37-6 over East.
Start to feel, Jeff, that if Triway's able to punch one in here, it's going to be really tough for Fairless with their lack of offense to be able to get back into this thing.
And all kinds of trouble here, and that's going to be another 15 by Peter Killey, throwing him out of bounds. Late hit on Brady Snyder there.
You can tell Coach Sarball shaking his head. He's not too happy about that one. And I'll tell you what, man, Brody Schneider, he's been impressive to me, man. And, you know, when you start to think about some of the guys who've stuck out to you for Triway, who could potentially be Hilsher Clark Electric Player of the Game, I mean, Brody Schneider has made some plays for Triway throughout this entire ball game that have really stuck out. I mean, Luke Starr, yeah, he's got the lone touchdown. Between those two, I mean, they have been the leaders of this group. You talked about Wyatt coming out of the backfield. You know, he's done some nice things. He's been dependable. He's been consistent. But anything explosive that you have gotten out of this Triway team has come from Brody Schneider.
Yeah, I agree with that at this point. And not sure what's happening here. The officials are marching it. They're moving Triway back. I guess they picked the flag up, TJ. No signal there. Okay. First and 10 at their own 45 for Triway. 2 seconds left here. You got to figure Triway is going to continue to try to wind this clock down. Get into the fourth quarter here after this play. 4 wide for Triway. There's a snap. They do throw it. Completed. Hit at the line of scrimmage and got about 5 yak yards there.
Starts pass is complete.
And
Tackled by Hill.
end of the quarter here. A rare time where you say you're flipping the field, but the ball don't move because they're right at the 50. But
you got that right.
Triway is going to be going left to right now on your dial, holding on to a 10-7 lead in this first week of Pac-7 play. Let's see, other scores here. Cuyahoga Valley 41-7 over Tuslaw.
Jackson Mayfield, that is up at Mayfield? Is that at Mayfield? Yep, looks like it is. Yep.
I didn't,
Yep. Wow.
Jackson 21-13 over Mayfield.
Some
now.
early struggles for Jackson, I know, this year.
They just scored. It was, So Green 21-10 over Hoover. McKinley getting it done against your Glen Oak Eagles 28-6. Need to put Pete in and throw it.
Time to put Pete in.
Throw it deep.
It's time.
Canton South, man, 28-14 over Orville. Canton South coming off their best season in their school history with arguably the best quarterback in Stark County history. I mean, you got
numbers-wise,
you got Len Dawson, who's in the Hall of Fame, but
but just statistically,
surpassing undoubtedly
surpassing guys like Cam Blair and Justin Zwicks, and just some of the best.
Yep.
Bucci Snyder sits at the top of that list.
Great catch there.
McVicker had a shot.
Made a guy miss again.
McVicker had a big opportunity there where he could have brought one on him.
Let's not forget Hunter Wells, TJ.
Hunter Wells, yep. Fairless product.
Big brother to Carson Colucci. His quarterback family there. Daddy played some college football himself.
Hunter had a great run at Youngstown State.
Yeah, he threw for like 6,500 at Youngstown State, too. So he had a great college career as well. A big block there in the middle. Allowed his guy to get loose, but Cam Carl was there to falcon that one out.
And the Fairless Falcon faithful wanted a hold on John Hill. He was being blocked by Brody Schneider. And Brody, fortunately, didn't have his hands in or was not holding on to any jersey. No cloth in his hand, so the officials couldn't really call it, but it was hard. You're going to see A.J. Starball. He's over there chewing on the white hat's ear saying, listen, man, his head was behind. That's not really a block legally, but
Quarterback keeper makes everybody miss. Looked like a block in the back there. No call, and it's going to be first down and quite a bit more. Clear down to the 26-yard line.
Start on the keeper, tackled by Gilkerson.
And Triway again moving the ball at will with 11:06 to go. They're up 10-7. Here's your first down play. They're going to go 5 wide again. Dropping back. Good thing he pulled that back. Took off running and got tackled there for a small gain. See who made that. McVicker come up on the stop there.
Start the ball carrier, tackled by McVicker. Second down.
Masson Tiger final, 41-7. Sandy Valley final, 42-0 over Minerva. Central Catholic, TJ, 21-14 over Salem right now. Central is in a rebuilding year, if you will.
oh yeah.
A great time for a screenplay there with everybody coming. And brought down short of the line to go. Clock running. They're at about the 19-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Tackled by McVicker.
3rd and 3.
Third down.
Like you said, TJ, the Falcons are going to have to figure out how to hold Triway one more time here in this red zone. Big 3rd down here for Triway. After that last attempt with the field goal not being good, like I mentioned, they were at about the 20 last time, I believe. They're going to need to get this. They're going to need to get a first down here because I think it's going to be 4-down territory regardless. And a pre-snap false start penalty on Triway. That's a killer for them. Now it's going to be 3rd and 8. Triway continues to make mistakes at inopportune times. The Dirty Birds are getting into it now. 9:26 to go. Clock is now winding. Big 3rd down and 8 here. This could decide the ball game here on this play. 4 wide. Quarterback dropping back. Colin Sullivan. An incomplete pass. Sullivan nearly got to the quarterback on that one. Made Luke Starr rush it. Threw it low. Alex Shearer nearly brought that one in, but a little bit too low. He tried to pick it off the carpet and didn't work. 4th down now, 4th and 8. And they're out of field goal range. Obviously, they're going to go for this one. If you don't get it, you rely on your defense. It's done a tremendous job against this Fairless offense, not allowing them to move the chains very much. Man in motion. He's rolling to his left. Throwing. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Falcons defense does it again.
The turnover margin, I believe, I've lost count. I believe it is 6-1 now. Is Fairless turn the ball over?
No. Fairless has not turned the ball over, I don't believe.
That's 6 turnovers now for the Fairless Falcons.
And you're down.
By 3.
Unbelievable.
That, Jeff, does not happen very often.
No. 9 minutes left here. Let's see what creativity Coach Sarbaugh can come up with here. We know he's always trying different things. Haven't seen a halfback pass yet. And Peter Killey jukes, jives, got tackled, got about a yard.
Killing the ball.
Yeah, you've got to find a way here now with under 9 minutes to go in the ball game to switch things up and just do something completely different for Triway. I mean, we saw some of the best movement, best offense for Fairless was in the second half, the opening possession, or the second possession. It was the first possession for the Falcons in the second half where they put Peter Killey in the Wildcat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to go back to that, but we need to start taking some looks at Cam Carl if you're A.J. Sarbaugh.
Double
There you
reverse. Cam Carl, and they sniffed that one out tremendously. What a great cover.
Great
Everybody
defense.
stayed home.
Carl, the ball
The moment
carrier.
you start saying, you know, throw the kitchen sink and do this and do that and do something that's going to catch them off guard, I'll tell you what, it just goes to show you the Triway defense has really settled into this ball game, man. They have not given an inch. They have not allowed Fairless to even breathe and feel comfortable offensively all night. Again, we know it comes down to the one score on the board was from Cam Carl, but that was defensively. And, man, Triway's defense playing some really good ball, and it starts with that front seven.
5 wide now again. Mikey Ritterback dropped back, got pressure, thrown, complete. Made 3 guys miss. Cam Carl trying to put this Fairless team on his shoulders, and there's a late flag.
Carl, the ball carrier.
After the play was over, a flag come flying out. Not sure what that
Flag
could
on the
be.
play.
Face mask, maybe? Looked a little bit late for a holding call. And they picked another one up. Picked it up, TJ.
Well, that was a great job running a very delayed underneath screen to Cam Carl, but just not enough. You saw, or we saw last week, he made 7-8 defenders miss on one play, but you know, by the time you make 3 or 4 miss on Triway's defense, you're not going to get past guy number 5, and you saw that right there. They made sure not to let Carl get out there to the 34-yard line where the line of gain was.
I'll tell you what, TJ, second week in a row that the Falcon offense wasn't paying attention. They would have snapped that ball. There was 14 players on the field.
Yep.
Here's the long delayed snap. Got it up, and it's not a good one. Going to land at the 50. And it's going to check right there. So now, got to figure that we're going to get a heavy dose of running the ball here for Triway. We're not up in Avon, so I don't suspect them to throw it a ton.
Yeah, I would imagine that they're going to go to Wyatt Poston, and he is a guy right now with the size. We talked about him early in the game. You know, runs a lot bigger than he actually is on paper, and you know, he's a grinder, man. And between him and his quarterback, Luke Starr, I imagine you're going to see a healthy dose of number 34 here to get that clock rolling and keep it rolling.
Man in motion, dropping back. 34 has got the rock. Runs into a crowd, got 1 yard. See if the Falcons can stop Triway one more time. 7 minutes.
Second down.
7 minutes left here as the Falcon faithful are getting into it now. Definitely want to thank again the Krauses over here in the bar for feeding us here. 6 dozen wings and about 8 pizzas, and they do throw the ball. A safe throw, and now they got tons of room to run. Great tackle there,
Flag
and
back.
it's going to come back. Flag on the field. And it is holding
Tackle by
on
Gustafson and Sullivan. Flag on the play.
Triway. I keep wanting to say Worcester. They're from Worcester, but I. So this is going to bring them back. We're going to do second down over again here, as this one's going to come down to the stretch, folks. Second down and 18 now. Wow. 6:38 to go. Big break for the Falcons. Let's see if they can capitalize here. Fairless was thinking run, and they went to that screen play. Worked really well. Always works well when you can hold, right, TJ?
Yeah, exactly.
Second down 18 here. QB keeper. Just trying to get half of it back, and they do. And he coughed it up again? No.
More flags.
Flag down.
He did cough it up, but luckily Wyatt was there to pick it up.
And it is a penalty against Triway. See the official pointing that way. No call on what it was. Must be a holding. They call it a targeting? Ooh. Targeting on Triway. I've never seen an offensive team get a 15-yarder for that.
So they're going to say that Luke Starr led with the crown of his helmet?
I believe so. I think what it was, TJ, is I think Poston was coming across to try to block for him and just kind of speared him. So back-to-back 15-yarders to help the Falcons out. Now Triway in their own territory at the 30. 6:12 to go. Plenty of time in this ball game either way, but second down and forever. They're almost at the fire station in Brewster over there.
Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. So Fairless with those 3 in the back pocket could become handy.
Another screen pass. Worked again, but brought down. Still going to be third and long after a 5-yard gain. Third and 22. So now the Falcons defense can maybe sag a little. Bend, don't break, and make them punt. Real impressed, TJ, this media guide we got here. The best one I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
That's got Donnie Hurtler fingerprints all over it, huh? Even a section in here on Donnie Hurtler Jr. was a mentor of Coach Sarball. Had a libation or two with that young man.
1:50 left in the fourth quarter. Perry out 17-7 now.
Oh, wow. All kinds of pressure. Long play, caught. Short of the line to go, and a scrum in the middle. Still moving.
Oh, wow.
And oh my goodness, almost got a first down out of that, but now, TJ, it might be go time. 4th and 2. Let's see if they bring the punt unit on or if they're gonna go for this. They're gonna go. I don't know if I agree with this at this point. 4:41 left on the clock, you're up. Fairless has got to hold their water here, and Fairless takes a timeout. Maybe wants the other coach to consider not going for it and giving them the ball.
This is going to come down to whoever has the ball last. And if Triway goes for it here and gets it, I think you could pretty much call it a night with the lack of offense that Fairless has been able to put together. This right here, you know, Coach Cody Kelly and his guys, they could be talking this thing over saying, listen, man, if we can muster up this 2 yards to get this first, we can put the nail in the coffin on these guys, because, you know, now they're going to have a fresh set of downs outside of that, and they can start to, you know, force maybe after another first down, Coach Sarball would have to burn some timeouts, burn a couple of those that he has in his back pocket still with all 3 of them. But, yeah, this could be a huge dagger if they come out here and they convert this 4th down. But, you know, we've seen that fake punt attempt by Coach Sarball earlier on. Maybe that comes back into play, as you talked about, Jeff. I mean, throw one back in your face a little bit. I don't know. Looks like we have offense onto the field.
I think they're going to run the rock probably, but I would like to see maybe a Cincinnati call here, like 4th and 2, Kremsel over the top.
Yeah, hold your water as well, you know, because we saw what they tried to do on the goal line back in the first half. Maybe they're just going to try and get them to jump. take the 5-yard penalty. Oh,
False start.
Triway goes quick. Can't do it.
And Triway can't
do
hold
it.
their own water.
And they weren't trying to get Fairless to jump. They were going for it. That
Yeah.
ball was going to be snapped.
And
But
now
you know, you kind of see that strategy, right?
Yeah.
So even if you don't, you know, regardless, if you can get Fairless to jump, you know, you get the free first down. If they don't, you take a delay of game after your timeout and just move it back 5 yards for Corbett. They give him a little bit of room, but
if I am Corbett, there's no way on God's green earth I'm kicking this near Cam Carl. I'm punting this sucker out of bounds. Here's the snap. High, short punt. And it's going to be down at the 23-yard line. So the Falcons are going to have a shot at this. 4:27 to go, down 10-7. The winner will remain undefeated and will be 1-0 in conference play in the Pac-7. Almost a must-win for Fairless. With you lose one out of the gate like this, now you got to play a tough Northwest team next week. That makes it real tough down the stretch. We know stuff happens in this league.
that's a grinder. Pull that schedule back up again there.
Yeah.
They've got another grinder on the backside of that one too, Jeff.
CVCA maybe. Here's a throw. Caught. Cam Carl tackled by two guys, but it's a first down.
Quarterback's pass complete to Carl.
They go Northwest. Orville, who is losing right now, but they
Man.
do have a good team. CVCA, then non-league play now.
Yep.
CVCA is not in the Pac-7 any longer. And then you got Canton South.
Triway Northwest back-to-back, man.
Manchester, yeah.
No easy task.
Mikey Ritterback dropping back, got pursuit, throws it. And Peter Kelly, Turf Monsters, got him and tripped him up there. So it's going to be third down and long again for the Falcons. Mikey Ritterback, every time he rolls out to the right, he's got serious pressure from that left side.
Wyatt Poston coming off the edge. You know, and they've switched a few things up here and there with how they've been rushing.
.354 left. 10-7. Here's a snap. Thrown. Complete. First down. Cam Carl. You got to keep the ball away from that guy.
Pitch and catch to Cam Carl. Good for a Falcon first down.
3:49. We got a barn burner here, folks. Huge, huge third down conversion for the Falcons. 3:49 left. The band's into it now. The fans are into it. Full house here, both sides. Mikey Ritterback throws. Interception. Interception. Grayson Smith. Mikey Ritterback threw that one low into double coverage and got picked off. Now the Falcons defense is going to have to do something special. 3:43 left. Falcons may not be able to stop the clock, especially if they get a first down here. Well, they can. They got 2 timeouts, but a first down or two could seal this ball game for Triway. Triway 4 wide again. Here's the handoff. And if getting a little bit chippy down there.
Ball carrier.
Another just straight off tackle. Fairless is going to have to stop the run. We cannot allow them to get a first down at this point.
At this point, it's all about get that
Stop
clock
by
rolling
Stevens.
and keep that clock rolling.
Second down.
See my guy down there, one of my old ball coaches walking off, Chad Merritt. Salute to him, former Air Force. And Chad Merritt, the principal out here now. He
Who's
used
your
to,
coach where?
Chad Merritt was one of my coaches at Glen Oak High School, man.
Really?
I'll tell you what, we gave him a hard time, and we had a lot of fun in some of those summer 2-a-day practices. He used to like to mix it up with us a little bit.
Triway doing a great job running this clock down to inside 3 minutes. And the quarterback is loose, and he's going to maybe get it to the house. Touchdown, Triway. Quarterback keeper. He's been close to busting 2 or 3 of those already tonight, and that one he did to go up by 2 scores, 16-7 now, Triway. It's not over yet. We saw a couple of weeks ago, Falcons did a really good onside kick here, so they're going to need to take this one down, score, get an onside kick, and then score again. Looking grim for the Falcon faithful. 2:45 left once they get this ball back. Like TJ said, they're going to need to do something real creative now. They're going to have to score. They're going to have to score quick. And you know what, TJ, they really have not gone over the top all night. I personally, I mean, I'm not obviously anywhere near the play caller that A.J. Sarval would be, but I always looked at that like, even if you're a pitcher in baseball and you don't have a great curveball, you have to throw it. Even if you throw it for a ball, you've got to show that to make them prepare for it. So nothing but under type passes. Let's see if they get aggressive here, go over the top, and try to do something special. Peter Killian now and Cam Carl here back to return. I would expect they're going to kick this one a lot shorter to keep it out of the hands of those two, because either one of them can house it. We also got McVicker up there short. We got Zachary Long, all kinds of athletes. Look at that. That entire 6 guys back there. There's 1 senior. The rest are sophomores. And a squib kick. Rolling like a bowling ball. He's got 2 blockers and a wedge in the middle. Boy, I thought he had a chance to bust that one open with all of those blockers there.
Gilly on the return.
2:40 now. The Falcons need 2 scores. Tall task. (17-7) as you can see. Thanks for joining us on the SMG Network YouTube stream. Here we go. Trips left. Ritterbeck going to roll back, going to throw, completed. Out of bounds, so the clock can stop. Zachary Gilkerson on the reception there. Ritterbeck threw a strike on that one, only took 5 seconds off the clock. That's what they got to do. All the way down to the 46. Second down now and 4. More worried about the time than the first downs at this point. A lot of the Fairless faithful are heading to the gates, surprisingly. Peter Killy stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain there, and that's a runoff tackle. And a 15-yarder coming for somebody here, and it looks like it's going to be against Fairless. That's an absolute killer, TJ. Play dead. Like a late hit or unnecessary roughness by a Falcon, I believe. It'd be huge if it was against Triway for the Falcons, but not real sure here.
Got a final similar to this score, 17-7. Perry's going to take care of Lake tonight.
Wow. Perry may be for real. Clean up them 5 turnovers from a week ago. We haven't really talked about it much, but getting that old ball coach back over there at Perry's getting some things happening. And that is a 15-yarder on Fairless.
And tell me again, what was it that happened last week in that Harding game? Warren Harding and Perry, you mentioned it was...
It was, the final was, 16?
15-7. Something happened late in the game, you mentioned.
I know they had 5 turnovers.
There you go.
5 turnovers in that game, and they had the ball at the end, had a chance to tie it up, but actually take the lead. I think it was 15-9. I think it was 15-9. They were down 6, had the ball at the end, and I think they coughed it up again.
And they went for 2. They made they got the touchdown, went for 2, made it 15-9.
Over the top ball, floater, incomplete. Had a man, well covered, tough catch from that angle. Got to turn around and find that one.
Quarterback's pass.
That was intended, let's see, for Aiden Wise, a junior.
So, partner, as it sits right now with under 2 minutes to go in the ball game, who do you like as the Hilscher Clark Electric Player of the game? To me, I still sit with it at number 20, but now I've got to go back to Luke Starr, because Luke Starr's got both your touchdowns with the feet. It's got to be Luke Starr, right?
Yeah, he also had two interceptions and a fumble.
Yeah, there you go.
As well. And a must-get first down is not converted.
Might be one of those duo combos. Luke Starr mixed in with a little Brody Schneider.
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
I'm
really,
okay with
really
that.
those two mixing in with Wyatt Poston have really been.
Yeah.
They've been the three-headed monster.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't have a problem with all three of them. I'll tell you what, they all have been really dominant. You know, I love what this defensive line has done for Triway. You know, you got to think from their perspective, coming into this ball game thinking, man, this Peter Killey guy.
Yeah.
You know, we know what he's about. He's put up some big numbers. What are we going to do to be able to stop it? And guys like Ron Bricker, guys like Roman Gilbert, man, they've stepped up to the challenge.
Yeah.
Gavin Hatfield.
Done one heck of a job shutting down the run game of Fairless.
Got to tip your cap to him, man. Peter Killey was ineffective tonight, other than when they switched over to a little Wildcat on their opening possession of the second half.
And here's a forward pass here. And stays up the middle, going to keep the clock running. 1:43 left here. Clock is moving. Falcons have 2 timeouts. They can stop it. They'll probably take it after the second and third down. But a first down seals the ball game here for Triway. Been another great night, TJ.
Oh, beautiful night. Hey, I'm just glad it stayed dry.
Didn't get
That's all
soaking
I
wet
care
this
about,
time.
partner.
Perfect temp. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting what happens down the stretch here. You know, I didn't think that Canton South would win tonight. So, you know, might be another one of those crazy down the stretch years where everybody beats everybody, and that was a definite block in the back there. No call, but it's a big run. Touchdown, Triway. Wow. Ball game.
Flags are coming out.
It was a definite block in the back. Yep.
That's going to be a hold.
They're going to call it. They're going to call it. It was clear and obvious. So they're going to take that off the board. Unfortunate you don't get the time back there, though, TJ.
Yeah.
So they ran that down as 49 seconds. The clock's going to restart here, going to replace second down. But took about 12 seconds off the clock there. See if we can get you some other updated final scores here. Green holding on to 21-13 over Hoover in the fourth quarter. And Triway's taking a knee. 22-all. Manchester Northwest.
Ooh, man.
So Manchester has charged back and tied this ball game.
Yeah, Coach Stacy up there now, you know, taking over for the legend, Jay Brophy. And, yeah, you know, there's been some struggles over the last few years for the Manchester Panthers.
Canton South, 42-28 winning in the fourth. Jackson still up by 8 in the third. Ellett getting blown out by Alliance. Alliance, a much-needed win for Alliance coming off of a good season last year. Let's see, they're up 39-18.
Trying to find out what you're going to do when you have to replace Brendan Zerbrug.
I mean,
What do you do there?
You send a Big Ten quarterback away, you got to figure something out.
Those guys don't grow on trees.
Let's see. Manchester Northwest 22 all. McKinley 35-6 over Glen Oak in the fourth. Let's see. Jackson holding on to an 8-point lead. Salem has tied it up against Central, 21 all in the fourth. Or no, I'm sorry. This says second quarter, so that's not accurate then. Sandy Valley 42 rep over Minerva. Minerva unfortunately continues to have struggles. As you know, this ball game it's 17-7, and they kneel it out, and that's going to be the ball game here. Tough one. Triway. What did we say? 6 turnovers. Six turnovers and win 17-7. I mean, goodness.
Yeah, you don't see that much.
But
been a great night, partner. Great night of football. You know, I know we obviously we expected to see Fairless play a little bit better after what we've seen from them through opening week to last week against Claymont, and offensively just not really able to get it done. And you know, for the most part, you just kind of look at the opening thing with Cam Carl getting the big return, and you know, on the INT almost 100 yards.
Right.
And you know what? I'll tell you, man, it's tough when you have things like that happen early on, and then you can't get any offensive production after that. You know, and you're just like, man, you're just looking for it, searching for it. AJ Sarball's going into the book. Wildcat, reverse, fake punt, tunnel screens, delayed shovels. Like, you're reaching, searching, trying to find something, and it just doesn't happen.
Well, he pulled all the punches. He did what he could. They'll go to film study. They'll reset. They got a tough one next week against Northwest. Northwest is in a battle right now. We'll see how that one shakes out. Shout out to my man Gary Miller here, who was part of our golf team, part of that 56-2 ball team there, and getting a photo of us. Thanks, brother. Good to see you, man. Okay. Getting an update here on some Pac-7 golf action. There's a match Monday. For first place there, Fairless against, I think he said Manchester, I believe. But yeah, we got you updated on scores. Thanks for joining us. I mean, this is a tough one. You know, you go down 17-0 on your own turf, and you are +6 in the turnover margin. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna let everybody know where we decide to go next week. Not sure. We're gonna start to dig through and kind of see what's out there. Might be going kind of deeper out in Northeast Ohio, as we've talked about, but nonetheless, we'll be trying to bring you the best of Ohio high school football right here in Northeast Ohio. So for that, I'll let you wrap it up, my man. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna get our player of the game.
So TJ's going to do that. We'll get this stuff posted. As you know, we had some internet issues here, so we're going to get this game posted here in a little bit. Yeah, it's been a great night. Perfect weather. You know, a lot of times you can win, learn from a tough loss more than you can a good win. So thanks for joining us. Jeff Tyler for TJ Downing on the Stark Media Group YouTube stream. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you next time.
Manchester Northwest are tied. Northwest hold. It sounds like Manchester is going to get the ball about 5-6 minutes to go in the game.
Wow. Mark's there, right?